Welcome to another edition of the C3 Friday Free for All, and a happy belated Thanksgiving on behalf of the C3 Panthers podcast. The Carolina Panthers this Sunday are welcoming the number one seed in the NFC in the form of the Los Angeles Rams to Bank of America Stadium, and we are bloodied, we are battered, and we are beaten. But can the Carolina Panthers persevere and learn to run the damn football? This is an issue, folks, but we want you to speak about it because, as always, this is the show for Panthers fans and by Panthers fans. If you would like to be a part of the show, well, jump in here, be a part of the conversation, join via StreamYard, and you can be a part of this conversation that we have every Friday at 7 p.m. We appreciate you for spending your Friday evenings with the C3 Panthers podcast. Let me introduce some of my boys, and we're going to jump right on into the action. First up, you know him, you love him. He's going to tell you to shut the hell up. It's Panther Pickle. Pickle, welcome back to the Free For All, brother.
What's up? No. We're going to get our ass handed to us Sunday.
Oh, damn it, Pickle.
But
damn
we
it.
can at least show up and act like we know what we're doing and even look like we know what we're doing. We can run the football. Fact is, it's my personal opinion that we lost that 49er game particularly because the head coach and the quarterback were out of sync, and they've been out of sync all year.
That is the
There
truth.
is trouble in the water.
Hey, we better get in sync, or we might be saying bye. Oh, shit.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm a 90s baby. I couldn't help it.
Yeah,
that was for Panthers Gal. I know she's a Justin Timberlake fan. I don't know that, but I just assumed. Anyway, next up, my brother Jake the Snake back on the Free For All. Jake, what's up, dude?
What's up, y'all? Happy Thanksgiving. I know it's the day after, but still happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays. I hope everybody got enough to eat yesterday and stuff themselves. We got a game Sunday. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but I just hope we have a competitive game, keep it kind of close. I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but at least we got some young guys, especially this previous draft that we just had, that we got guys that's going to be fighting the whole entire game. They're not going to be giving up on plays like certain veterans that we've had on our team in previous years, but it's always going to be keep pounding, y'all. Keep pounding.
As always, keep pounding. But, boys, let's just jump into it. If you're watching the stream, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. That helps us out tremendously. Boys, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's roll. So let's start out with, sadly, a little bit of bad news, but then also some news that I like. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but let's just jump into this, right? So this is from Mike K. Chandler Zavala, Claudin Sherrillis, Rose Boom. Oh, this is the one that hurts. J.C. Horn are all going to be sidelined per Dave Canales. However, recently signed Isaiah Simmons will be evaluated or elevated from the practice squad for special teams and safety and linebacker insurance. So we're going to get to that Isaiah Simmons part. But, boys, listen, we're facing the best team in the NFC, and we're doing it all banged up and busted up. Remember, Trevon Moore serving a suspension. So we are really down bad right now. Mm-hmm. And I don't say that in the way that saying is normally implied.
Cody Lack, when the going gets tough, the tough keep pounding. That's exactly what it's all about.
Yeah.
When the going gets tough, you keep pounding.
With Isaiah Simmons. Yeah. Yeah. No, keep that same energy, Pickle.
Yeah.
Yeah. With Isaiah Simmons.
He got to get on that field Sunday and show everybody why he was a first-round pick. While so far in his NFL career, he ain't done that shit.
I agree. I don't disagree. Let me ask y'all this.
It up, Buttercup,
Isaiah Simmons, this is what, his fourth or fifth team that he's on now. However, the dude is undeniably a physical freak talent. Is there any way possible that the Zero Rivero can find a way to get the most out of a player like this? Or is this another version of Jeremy Chin?
That's my
Not this week.
We all
Not
remember
this week.
that Jeremy Chin didn't do shit with Rivero as his coordinator.
It
So
takes Evero a very long time to figure out what a guy can do and can't do.
Yep.
So
Unless we drafted them ourselves, I have to agree with Pickle, man. I mean, I hope it works out. I would love to see Isaiah Simmons ball out because that'd be a plus for us. But I mean, he
Panther girl,
reminds me
that's
of
a little bit more. That's a little bit more protein. Don't worry about it, man. That's natural protein.
But the comparison to Jeremy Chin is there, and
Yeah.
I'm just worried about like a
Just tell him to drink
hybrid
it, don't
player
worry
like
about it.
Simmons is as well. I hope Evero figures it out, but I can't count on it. I just can't.
Well, and he has said that part of the reason why he feels like he hasn't been able to stick is because a lot of places tried to use him the way they did at Clemson. They moved him around a bunch. They played him at edge. They played him at nickel. They played him at inside linebacker. They played him at safety. They played him at free safety. They moved him around too much. But one of the byproducts of that is when you have a player who moves around all the time, he's not able to truly master and understand and learn the nuances of one position. But dude, with Roseboom out and
I'd put him at linebacker.
that's what I'm saying, man. He can cover sideline to sideline. The dude is 6'4", runs a 4.3. Let him be that long, strong linebacker in the middle of the field that can go in, shoot in on plays, and stop the run. Because I really think that in order to shut down this Rams offense, you're going to have to stop the run, and you're going to have to get after the quarterback. And oddly enough, I think Isaiah Simmons can help us on both fronts.
I think the secret to the game is going to be we're going to have to establish the run and keep their offense off the field. I think that's our only chance. I really do. We're going to have to run a clock out, bleed it out, and just keep pounding the rock the whole entire game. If we can't establish the run, man, I really don't think we're going to have a chance this game. I really don't. We're going to have to be physical, very up front. And I know K. Mays is rumored to be out Sunday again.
Yeah.
And that means Austin Corbett again and whoever the hell our right guard is. I mean,
bro, this offensive line is so battered, but it's oddly been good for us.
Cody, I think, I think Chandler Zavala being out is actually a benefit because the guy behind
Zavala has not been good.
Jake Cohan, however you say his name, I like him.
I like Jake Cohan a lot. I think he's better than Zavala, but if they put Austin Corbett there, we're in trouble. But my opinion is they'll put Jake Cohan there because he's played there before, and I think he looked pretty good.
He needs to be there.
Boys, let's finish wrapping up. Let's talking about some of these injuries, right? Zavala, Chairless, Roseboom, J.C. Horn. It's so sad to see J.C. Horn out, especially after what he did against the 49ers.
Unbelievable.
Bro, so that first interception was a literal thing of beauty. It was absolutely perfect, man. Like, he went and snagged that ball, which is why you paid him all that money this past offseason to be the number one corner for this team. Let me welcome in my boy Alex, A14 Panthers. Alex, I forgot you were at that shellac.
Sadly.
You were there, brother. Tell me your thoughts on that game, man.
Yeah, no, happy Friday, fellas.
Happy Friday.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Christmas.
Yeah. No, I mean,
yeah,
being at that game, I mean, it was, I got to give the Niners, their fans, everybody the credit. It was a playoff atmosphere out there. Unfortunately, Carolina just didn't come out to play. And I think Panther Pickle, you nailed it on the head as far as what I was watching. I was right there on the interception from JC, that first one. And, on the first and goal at the 1 yard line, I don't understand why you don't just punch it in with Rico Dowdle. I mean, that's right. To me, even if you wanted to do play action on second or third down, that's fine. But that first and goal, you got to put, you're down 7-0. That should be an easy 7-7. We're right in the game and in the momentum changer. once that happened, once the interception by Bryce Young was thrown, that the whole game changed after that. So
yeah, the momentum
right.
was just sucked out of these teams.
I
Right out of
think,
it.
I think some of the reasons why they didn't, and why, if you notice, there was always the boot to one side. They booted to that one side all game. I heard this as a comment on a radio. I don't think Dave Canales trusted Austin Corbett as a center and Chandler Zavala as a guard together. I don't think he trusts them, and I think that in itself was the reason why he was doing the boots. And I think the frustration is that Bryce doesn't understand why they're doing that, and I think Bryce, I think Bryce understands that his limitations, and I think he understands the limitations of this offense. But at the same time, you're in the NFL. You can't get better unless you go down the field and try, unless you do what you need to do.
Let's
And
jump into this.
We're not doing that.
Why is this? You said we're not doing that, but then the literal week before, Bryce Young threw for 448 yards, and we were moving the ball downfield.
Right. And
Bryce did show that potential that people wanted to see in him as the first overall pick. So what is this? Now, look, Alex kind of alluded to it. There's a lot of smoke right now for the Panthers not running the ball more with Rico Dowdle. And it's not like Rico wasn't successful. I believe he was averaging something like 6-something yards per carry. I have it in the slideshow. I can pull that up. But why did the Panthers not run the football more? It makes no sense in the world why there were just not enough snaps for him. This is it right here. It's Rico Dowdle averaged 6.3 yards per carry, and he only got 6 carries against the 49ers. That was his that was the fewest he had since week 2, when he was still splitting carries with Chuba Hubbard. What the hell is that? When you have Dave Canales before the start of the season saying we're going to be a team that's insistent upon running the football, and it's so easy for them to just shy away from that completely. Also, you had a lack of them moving Tedero McMillan around like they did the week before against the Falcons. The playbook was so thoroughly uninspired. It has a lot of Bryce supporters saying, well, this wasn't on Bryce. This was on a terrible game plan from Dave Canales. Do y'all agree with that sentiment?
Yeah. I think it's both. I really do think it's both. I don't think it's all on Bryce, and I don't think it's all on Canales. I think it's a combination of the two. It's like two grown men. Both of them want it their way, and both of them at the same time are telling the public, "Oh, we're nice, we're good. We just have to keep doing what we're doing, and we just have to keep telling it. We have to keep it." And I'm wanting to say, "Shut the hell up! Get the condom out of your mouth and talk plain." Bryce Young, if you don't like the fucking head coach of the play calling, say it.
I feel like there's a real disconnect.
If you don't like Bryce Young, say it.
I feel like Bryce doesn't trust Dave, and I really feel like Dave doesn't trust Bryce, and it really makes me question that anomaly of a game against the Falcons. What led to that when all of the rest of the performances have basically been abysmal? I don't understand it, Jake. What do you think of it?
I said this, like going from the Atlanta game to the 49ers game. Like, I understand that you can't go into the next game with the same exact game plan and call the same exact plays, but at the same time, you can still bring a lot of that concept play calling wise to the next game. You just have to tweak them around, like maybe not run the same exact play, just change it up a little bit. I don't know why Dave Canales went from the play calling that he had in Atlanta to just complete another different. Like, the run game was gone. Did not want to run the ball. I don't like. I can't really answer but the simple fact that it's like Dave Canales was like an Xbox controller and the batteries died. That's literally like you just had to disconnect that game. I don't know why. I really don't.
It makes sense to me. Alex, what do you make of it?
No, I mean, Jake, well, all you guys are like really nailing it. I mean, even I go back to like the Saints game, for example, like that game, we didn't pass the ball, we didn't do this, and then all of a sudden the next game, I feel like Canales is just he's very predictable. Bryce threw for 448, and I'm going to tell you what, most quarterbacks that you watch in this league, they don't throw for that if you're just a whatever guy. It's 448 yards is incredible, but you got to come out and you got a game plan like when you're playing the Niners. I mean, you see that they were running the ball well. I don't understand that you just like you just seem so predictable. Like if something's working, he just keeps doing that. But like Jake said, you kind of have to like just tinker it up just a little bit, like where I just in like Panther Pickle alluded to both it's on both Bryce and the head coach. And I'm going to say mainly on the head coach. I mean, he's a young head coach and he's learning all of this, but at the same time, it could just be so frustrating as fans. Like when you guys see it with your own eyes that, dang, like Rico's running the ball hard. Even Chuba was running the ball hard in San Fran. Like we were running it well. I don't know. It was tough.
Listen, I know that we're all playing armchair quarterback here, but what's so frustrating about it, Alex, is that it doesn't take a genius to know that you need to run the ball more. Like, I know Canales is in his second year, and, he's a young coach, and he's still sort of figuring things out on the fly. I understand that. But, bro, when you know that Rico Dowdle has been your best offensive weapon all season long, you see that he's averaging a good bit of yards per carry when you do rush the ball with him. And then to just completely veer away from him while your quarterback is visibly struggling. Like the Panthers were turning the ball over. That's why it hurts that J.C. Horn isn't going to play against the Rams, because we were doing enough to give our offense the ball, and we could not score points off of turnovers. That's complimentary football, and it's fundamentally what the Carolina Panthers do not play in moments like this.
It's fair to say that Canales, he had even alliterated a little bit. Canales was so caught up in throwing the football, and Jake said it before the show. We've been uttered before. Canales really doesn't want to run the football. His favorite philosophy is throwing the football, but we are a running football team, and he knows it. So he's trying to adapt, but it's like a quarterback. You can make a running quarterback not run. You can tell him not to run, but when the going gets tough, he's going to take off run anyway. That's in his nature. That's why Canales is in his nature to pass the football. So, and the few times that Bryce was able to get the ball out on an accurate pass for good yardage, what happened? Dropped balls. So by that time, Bryce is trying to figure out who he can trust to actually catch the flipping fucking football.
Yeah.
And then to top all that off, Canales decides it's 3rd and 1. We're going to boot and try to throw the ball 20 yards downfield. Like that. It's just one fucked up decision after another. And by the time they realized that what all they're doing is not working, we were down by 20 points.
But also, go ahead, Jay. Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
Well, I was going to say real quick too is, I know a lot of people. Say, "Oh, you're gonna blame the referee." The referees were horrible that game as well, because that one interception that Bryce Young threw, that was pass interference that was caused on Tedder McMillan. That was an obvious pass interference. I mean, the dude literally held his arm and pulled him backwards on that play that led it to I think it was a safety for 49ers that got that interception. It was a very bad non-call. Even Skip Bayless commented and said, what is the referee seeing? Like, are they blind? I mean, I'm not gonna say we lost that game just because of the referees, because we played very horribly as well. But the referees that was in that game need to be looked at, and they need to get their phones taken away from them and make sure they ain't betting. Because I'm telling you, it was pretty bad. It really was.
Can't I say that if your team is out of sorts on offense, then it goes down to your head coach? Remember, Canales was brought in with the express mission of saving this offense
Mhm.
and getting the most out of Bryce Young that he possibly could. That is not happening. But also, and Pickle alluded to it, I believe that T-Mac probably had the worst game of his career. Like
Yeah.
there were two passes that just straight up hit Homie in
He
the
dropped.
hands and then
Mhm.
just dropped him completely. Then there was a couple times when him, T-Mac, and Jalen Coker were just not on the same page. They ran the wrong routes, and Bryce threw a ball to the area of the field where there was just no one. And the referees were even debating on whether or not to throw a flag for intentional grounding. It's like it's so out of sorts. And then you go back 2 weeks ago. Remember when the players were saying, "Oh, well, it felt like there was no energy when they were practicing for the Saints. Like they were just not having good weeks of practice. They just weren't prepared." Now you have another game like this in prime time on Monday Night Football when the world is watching your football team. You come out and deliver a performance like this. That's unacceptable, man. And it really doesn't speak well for Dave Canales going into year 3 at all.
And the fact that we actually had won the turnover battle and still lost, that's pretty bad too.
Yes.
Yeah, 3 turnovers and you got 3 points out of it. I mean, it was tough. I'm telling you, like it was tough watching that. I stand up for 2 seconds when we got those interceptions. I was pumped, and then just duds. And besides those 3 interceptions for the defense, it was honestly. Besides that, the defense to me was just okay. Besides those 3 picks, because I don't think the Niners even punted the ball the whole game. I think they pretty much took it down the field and either got points, obviously the turnovers, and then that was pretty much it. So and they would go for it on 4th down and they'd get it. So it's like
Yeah.
It would have been nice to get a little bit more pressure on Purdy. When I was watching, it seemed like he got a lot of time to throw the football, and he just didn't make good throws. But
Purdy was not good. Alex, it felt like this was a 49ers team that was ripe for a loss. Like a better, more well-prepared Carolina Panthers could have gone into Santa Clara into Levi's Stadium and got a W. But we were less prepared than they were, and our quarterback was even worse than their quarterback who was playing bad.
They was literally trying to give the game away to us, and we couldn't do absolute nothing on offense. Like when Brock Purdy threw them interceptions over and over and over again, I'm like, the 49ers are legitimate trying to give this game to us, and we cannot take it. Like we could not do our offense was abysmal.
Yes.
That's how bad it was. It was abysmal.
Yes.
And I'm not saying our defense was great or nothing, but they did enough to where that we was at least should have been in the game. We should have won the game with the defense that we had. I mean, we might not have got the sacks, but at least the defense had us in the game.
Yeah. No, I mean, and like I said in the beginning, the momentum changed once that 1st and goal at the 1, the rollout, and then the interception. Like Bryce should have either ran that in or threw it out. That's on Bryce, but also the play calling too. That's on Canales. So it's like a little bit of both. But at the same time, the play was called. Bryce needs to throw that out of bounds or run it to the pylon. Right, like that's what you got to do in that situation. That was a forced throw.
What are you about to show us here, Pickle? And you're muted, by the way.
I want to show y'all this. This happened a lot. To me, folks, this is what I'm talking. I'm not talking about just Dave Canales' play calling. When I say bad coaching, I'm talking about Dave Canales and Brad Izik as a whole. Because countless, multiple, you have to ask yourself, and I'm not telling you to pick a side because I don't believe in picking sides, but I want you to ask yourself, do the receivers actually know the routes they're running? And I want to show you this play. Now watch number 0 here and watch Rico.
Yeah. Yeah, how do you not know you're supposed to be blocking? Why does Jatavian Sanders expect that ball to be going to him? Does he not know that he has run blocking duties? It just
It looked like he was going out for a pass. It looked like he was thinking
Yeah,
about
it
getting the
does.
ball.
yeah, he said, "Let me
Yeah,
get open real quick."
And he's done. Now y'all know, if some of y'all remember, I was very high on Travian Sanders
We all
in the
were.
draft,
Yeah.
and I wanted him, and he was my tight end, and he looked like he was learning to block his rookie year. He knew that was part of your job. Well, in the offseason, he decides to lose weight so he can be fast.
Slim down.
Well,
Yep.
that's a head coach job to say, no, you're not. And it's the head coach job to say, you shouldn't have lost that weight. And when you can't block, you're not part of the starting offense. Because you have other tight ends on this team who can play better and block better
Pickle,
than
to
Sanders.
me,
So
that
why
doesn't even
not
seem.
bench him?
That doesn't even seem like a weight issue. That just seems like him not knowing what the fuck he's
Not
supposed
the-
to be doing.
Exactly. So, exactly.
He did not even attempt to
No,
make
he
a
didn't.
block on that
It didn't
play.
look like he was going to chip nobody. And he like
yeah,
and
it
it
looked
it's
legit.
not like he was getting bullied off the
He
ball.
literally thought
Yeah,
that he
He
was
and
just
getting
if
the
he
didn't
ball.
know
would've
what the fuck to do.
If he would have tried to block, I believe Rico could have beat the other one. I mean,
Yeah,
but
I
he
think
didn't
so
even
too.
try.
I think so too.
He didn't even try. And this is happening a lot with a lot of our players. Players running wrong routes. A guy runs a hook route instead of a deep route, like you talked about. How many times are Bryce going to throw it to a wide open field and shrug his shoulders? What is he supposed to do? Teach him how to run a route?
It's so
I'm not
stupid.
saying
I-
it's not on Bryce. So people don't think you're defending Bryce.
I'll be honest
if you
with
don't like
y'all.
what I say, get on the camera and tell me about it.
Right, this play
and I-
was not on Bryce to win or lose. Go ahead,
I told my buddy this too the other day. I said I think a lot of times I think Dave Canales tries to be like Pete Carroll. I mean, he like his just the way he coaches and stuff and the way he calls
Right.
plays. Because I mean, you know, him and Pete Carroll go way back. They go back to USC. They go to Seattle, of course. I mean, I legit like this play.
That was Cuba, but
This
anyway.
play right here reminded me of the Super Bowl and Marshawn Lynch not getting that carry. I would have ran this ball, and I'm not lying to y'all. I would have ran that ball 4 fucking times. And if the 49ers would have stopped us all 4 times, turnover down, I would have lived with it. I legit would have lived with it. With the way we have 2 good backs, I would have had fucking Chuba Hubbard, Lee Blocker, and gave that shit to Rico right up to that middle. And if they would have stopped us 4 times, then so be it. I don't know. This play should never even been called, in my opinion.
Well,
but this is the deal, though. Jake, I don't even mind the play call because, like Pickle said, I think if Sanders pause it right before JT gets to the linebacker, Pickle,
right here,
right there. If he picks up that block right there, I agree with Pickle. Trouba's going into the fucking end zone. He only has to make. He only has to make.
Miss.
Bro, he only has to make one dude miss at that point in time. But this is another example of, like, I don't know if you can find it, Pickle, but you don't have to, but there was the one where Jalen Coker just completely ran the wrong route altogether, and there was no one there. This is the drops on Ted Aroa. This is Xavier Legette stepping out of bounds. Right. There's so much to this that it makes absolutely no sense. They were not prepared at all whatsoever to execute at a high level. So I don't know what the fuck this was. They were all out of sorts. And yes, sadly enough, it was another performance where Bryce Young failed to impress. I'm sorry. He could have ran that ball into the end zone and didn't. Now, maybe you can say the other quarterbacks would have tried to throw that and that maybe Mitchell Evans was open a little bit earlier and he just waited too long. I don't know. It was another. It was an interception.
He didn't have time to.
It was an interception. All I know, it was an interception when the Panthers had a perfect opportunity to get up on the 49ers and they just fucking didn't. It's a lack of execution. Let me welcome in from the 704 Charlotte Bound Show, Popping back on the show. What's up, Pop?
You haven't been on here in a little minute. What's going on,
How you been, brother? Happy Thanksgiving, man.
Happy belated Turkey Day. Gobble,
yes,
gobble.
Sir. Gobble, gobble.
I feel like a turkey.
Hope you had a good one, man.
I did, man. How was yours?
Oh man, mine was wonderful. Family and friends. It was a good time, man. Great food. Awesome time, brother.
Love to hear it, man. Love to hear it.
Yes, sir. Man, talk to me about this shit show performance against the 49ers. And we'll get into the Rams in a little bit. But, bro, what the fuck was that? Everything was so out of sorts. You have wide receivers running the wrong route. T Mac had the worst game of his career. Dave Canales in the play calling was abysmal. Not running the football with Rico Dowdle when he was effective. And Bryce Young looking like a whole can of ass. Pop, what did you make of that whole fucking thing, bro?
Wow, where do I start? Um, you know what I heard people say, you know what, they should take away celebration Mondays. Well, we had plenty of time for this week, for this game. It wasn't a celebration, guys. It
Nope.
wasn't. You should be rewarded when you do your job and win games because it's hard to win in the NFL. You had a whole extra day to prepare yourself. And it was lack of urgency, lack of consistency. Hey, lack of keep pounding, you know. Uh, I'm not sure what the mindset was going into this game. I don't know if it was going back to the West Coast and, having some guys from the West Coast finally going back there.
I know, man.
I don't know if there was too much love that Canales felt from seeing Zavala's ball headed ass across the field.
Bro, how about Bryce, T Mac, Dave Canales, all from
And
the
Ever
West Coast?
and Ever and Ever.
And Evero. Although, hey, bro, I can't be mad at the defense.
I'm not mad at Ever.
Yeah, for sure. Now I do agree with what Alex said earlier. We are not getting after the quarterback near enough. We're near the bottom of the NFL in sacks per game, and that's abysmal. We have to affect the quarterback more than we are. Now I know people bring up pressures
I ask
and
you a
stuff,
question when you get
but
done.
we're not getting after the quarterback enough. But I'll be damned if this defense didn't fucking do enough to win the football game, and the offense just got their dicks knocked in the dirt.
Yeah, you seen a Pro Bowler. You seen an All Pro that in the 49ers game. He goes by J.C. Horn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who will
that's
not
what you
be
seen.
playing against the Rams, by the way.
I wouldn't want to. Why should I leave it all out there?
Oh,
Nobody
shit.
else is. I would take a sick day too. Some of y'all call out for work. I know I have. Why would I? I mean, somebody else gotta protect the ball. This was what I've been saying is been. We have a bipolar quarterback as far as play, inconsistent. And shout out to my homegirl Claire, because we have been calling him consistently inconsistent. We have
Mhm.
erased those words of describing him. He's just a bad quarterback. That's just it. And when you look at, I wanted Bryce to, even though that wasn't the guy I wanted, it'll work better off if he worked out. We got how many games
Sure.
left, guys? With 5 more games? It's going into week 12. This is not it. And if y'all look further along, who all gets to get paid, how we need to negotiate some things. I'm sorry, guys. We might be in a hell of a conundrum coming up.
Pop, I mean, I just want to throw this out here, just because
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm more on the side, like, because what I expected out of Carolina this season was somewhere between that 7 to 10 win range. Now we have 6 wins, and I'm not going to say from who did it, Rico, whatever this, the defense, that fine. But my expectation this season was around 7 to 10 wins. So it's like, as a fan, Pop, like, what is your expectation? What was your expectation this year that's kind of making you feel this way? Is kind of where my question lies for you.
Um, and you know what? That's actually a good question. And us being Carolina Panther fans, we all have a standard. Um, and everybody's not gonna be able to reach
Funny
it.
comment.
You know what I'm saying? It's not that. And actually, I've seen some good things this year, so I'm not. It ain't all bad. It isn't. But for me, I want a playoffs or nothing at all, or some things got to be moved around. So furniture got to get moving. That's what I wanted because there was too much that was sacrificed. Um, it was so much money that was spent, and that's just what I wanted this year. I wanted playoff. Now, I'm not saying that I'm upset that if we don't make it to the playoffs, because that's fine too. As long as I'm seeing um production going up, which it has been. It is a better year this year than we've seen in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
That is true. But it seems like some people are being carried a little bit too much. And the ups and downs of this roller coaster that we're riding on, I ain't liking it.
So, you mentioned the bipolarness of Bryce and consistently inconsistent. So this is his passing yards this season. He had 154 versus Jacksonville, 328 against Arizona, 121 against Atlanta, 150 in New England, 198 against Miami, 199 against Dallas, 138 against the Jets, 102 against the Packers, 124 against the Saints, 448 against the Falcons, and 169. That's not nice. Against the 49ers. It would seem as though the average amount of passing yards for Bryce Young this season is probably around 150 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know what y'all want to chalk that up to. You can say we're a run-first football team. You can say that, well, we've got some young guys on offense that we're dependent on in the form of T-Mac and XL. But I don't know, man. I just feel like we're running out of excuses for why our number one overall pick doesn't consistently play better. I mean, we can be honest, the anomaly out of all of these games is his game against the Falcons in Atlanta. Another thing that someone mentioned too, all of his best games take place indoors. They're in domes. Whenever he's outside, he doesn't have these big passing yard numbers, which again kind of brings up the arm talent thing. I don't know. Did y'all feel like how much of this is Dave Canales' play calling, and how much of this is us finding out Bryce's
Canales
ceiling in real time?
I'm about to say half and half.
No, I disagree. Canales doesn't deserve no more time than anybody else gets. Okay, Canales is what I just pointed out earlier, Pop. Canales so far doesn't have his guys right. They're running wrong routes. They're running inconsistent routes. They're dropping passes. The play calling is just, it's like a piece of pie. It's a quarter of it. It's not the whole thing. Then you have players not running routes. And how do we solve this? We're going to watch more meetings and have more buddy time. That's what we're going to have. That's not how you fix a problem.
When I heard that,
I massively disagree with that. Now, listen, I want to be clear about this. I'm not saying Bryce is not the problem. Don't misunderstand that. I'm saying he's not the entire
only problem.
My solution that I don't bring up all that often anywhere else, my solution is to get rid of both of them and cure the whole fucking problem. Whichever problem it is, you're done. You cure. I
just don't know that cures any problem, though, Pickle.
Well,
what you're doing there is you're throwing yourself back into that quarterback carousel. You're starting the whole. But you're starting the whole process all over again, huh?
Yes, you should, because you keep fucking up.
I'm gonna read this comment. I'm gonna let Alex go. Colin Cowherd did a piece on Bryce and said that he would move on if he was Dan, and I'm assuming Dave as well. I don't know. This is tough because I understand that we want to do everything. I understand that we want to do everything in our power to give as much time to these guys as possible. But man, I really feel like time is running out. And but what I'm saying is that if Bryce doesn't continue to elevate his play this season, then I can see why Dave Canales might say, well, if my job is on the line I don't want to put it in the hands of Bryce Young. And I
There you
would
go.
think that that's a fair criticism. Let me go to Alex and then Pop. Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we're all kind of, as far as like pieces go, like, a part of it, we could go like Dan Morgan, right? I think he's done a pretty good job as far as being a general manager. I think he's drafted well. Like the first year, we're still kind of thinking about that. This year, I feel like he drafted pretty well. So it's like I'm cool with how Morgan's been, managing over there. Now the other part of it is like Dave Canales. It's his second year. I mean, I think he got a head coaching job way too soon. But again, there wasn't a lot to choose from for Carolina as far as like coaching pool. I don't think a lot of coaches really wanted to come here, and he was one of them that was like, well, it's a head coaching opportunity, and they don't always come up often. So they brought him in, and I think he's a young head coach. I think there's a lot of learning he needs to do. For one example, the players bringing up like the practices weren't as hard, which is crazy because I just watched the broadcast today with Chicago and Philly. And I just heard how Ben Johnson is in their ass. Like Ben Johnson is coaching these guys up, and it's his first year, and you're seeing Chicago. They're changing the narrative over there.
They're one of the best teams in the NFL right now.
And Canales doesn't know nothing about tough.
But who helped Chicago get to where they're at? We did. We gave them all those picks.
Yeah, because our GM is
March 2023.
Right.
So
we did.
When you look at it, and shout out to their head coach for doing a great job, but he's also has been put in a great situation to have all those picks that he could use to help his team actually flourish. We gave away picks and players to get a lackluster quarterback. Now, I don't want anybody thinking that Dave Canales doesn't deserve any blame. He does, but I don't know. Maybe some of y'all didn't get the memo, but I knew he was green when we got him, so I knew it was going to be a learning curve for him. But what I've seen on tape and from all 22s, he does he call some dumbass plays? Yes. Some boneheaded plays? Yes. Does he get sporadic with some of his decision making? Yes. I knew that was coming with it. I knew it wasn't going to be perfect, but you also got to think about this too, Pickle. Who wants to come work with Tepper? You cannot keep firing coaches.
Whoever wants to guarantee money,
yeah,
even if they get fired.
That is a good point, though.
Whoever wants to guarantee money, I'll sign up right now. I don't give a fuck if I get fired.
So but hold on though. But there's a downside to that, because even if you signed a big contract for a lot of money, a lot of dudes are going to sign it and go, well, yeah, I'll do it for the buyout, because I know I'm going to get fired if I go in there and it's not good the first season, and I'm just going to get thrown out of there again. There is this narrative that we're just going to continue to change our head coach like a stripper changes her panties, dog. And we can't keep doing that, man. So my thing is, listen, I think there's a lot of blame to go on Dave Canales. However, I also look at Bryce not running the ball in when he had the opportunity to. I think of some of the bonehead interceptions that he's thrown this year.
Throw the ball in the dirt.
And the play that Pickle showed, which again, the lack of preparedness is still on Dave Canales.
And that ain't going to get no better.
If Jatavian Sanders picks up that block, that's probably a touchdown. So it's not that was a bad play call, but the execution wasn't good. And it's like, to me, that's where Canales needs to continue to grow. He needs to stop being such a nice guy, and he really needs to take some of that Ben Johnson effect and really be tougher on these guys and implement the standard. By the way, today, Caleb Williams, he did not have very gaudy stats.
Yeah,
I'm glad they still won. They were running the football.
Running the football, exactly right. With two backs that I would argue that is less than what we got. That's the main problem I have. is at least Ben Johnson wants to run a damn football. There's no reason why we should have ran the football less than 20 times against the 49ers.
And
I'm
that's
sorry,
what I blame.
but that is coaching malpractice. I'm sorry.
Sure.
When you run the ball less than 20 times, especially when the 49ers wasn't loading the box all game long, that is a coaching problem. That is a calling a play problem. It is.
Jake,
but
and it
one
goes
thing I
back
can say,
to
Jake-
it
Go
goes
ahead.
back to what you brought up too as well, Cody. This team, when Bryce Young's like playing outside, it seems like he's not really able to effectively throw the football as great as when he is inside, and it's not going to get any warmer. It's November, it's December. Like this is when you start running the rock. So we got to start running the rock.
But
Plain
Alex,
and simple.
can I tell you how much I hate that though? I hate that, man. Like, listen, I understand, and you're not wrong. When that whenever you're in the colder months, I know you got to run the football, but I hate that we have a quarterback that when you're in those inclement conditions, you kind of already know you're not going to be able to throw the football. This is the same problem with Tua Tagovailoa in Miami. Whenever he has to play in cold weather or it's outdoors, bro, he wilts because he just doesn't have the arm talent to cut that winter weather. Whereas Jordan Love don't have this problem. Josh Allen doesn't have this problem. Patrick Mahomes don't have this problem. Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, the list goes on. I know that arm talent isn't everything, but it damn sure is something when you need to have it in those playoff scenarios and your quarterback isn't going to be an effective passer in those conditions. I can't stand that, man. It drives me crazy.
I mean, the thing is, though, is that, like, I mean, not that I agree with you, but at the same time, like, we don't, in those kind of, conditions, we don't need him to throw for 300 yards. I just need him to throw, accurate throws. Don't turn the ball over. If we can run the ball 20 to 25 times a game and Rico has 80 to 100 and Chuba has, like, 40 to 50, dude, that's a recipe to win football games. I mean, it to me it seems simple, but
it is. That's the part of Canales that does frustrate me about him. You already told us your philosophy. Why are you not following with that? Your philosophy is run the ball.
Yes.
Then it opens up the pass. But I understand that he does sometimes, like I said, get scatterbrained. If Bryce doesn't execute the simple plays, I would call Canales the turtle, because then he goes in his shell and he adds on to the problems and starts calling dumb ass plays. It doesn't make sense. Bryce has also said in his interview that there isn't a play that the coaches called that I'm not comfortable with. So why doesn't he execute? Now
what? Now what? Why?
Now T-Mac, I love you, my guy. I call you T-Magnificent, but you got to stop dropping the ball.
Yeah,
now,
he had the worst game of his career by far.
I heard people trying to crucify XL, extra lotion and all that. I don't see nobody getting on T-Mac. Like T-Mac,
yeah,
we picked you very high. You've had 3 years.
Oh, I was giving him hell during that game.
You got to do better.
And Pop, you're right. XL's looking. XL every time he gets the ball thrown to him, he hasn't really dropped many this year. I feel like he's actually improved from last year. All the balls that he gets.
That's because he disappears.
No, don't say that too loud.
Disappears.
Well, but you know what it is about
games.
You know what it is about that?
The ball thrown to him,
but listen, you know what it is about that? I believe earlier.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just y'all go ahead.
But listen, earlier this year,
quarterback you're going to get here is through trade.
But look, we're going to talk about some of the options at quarterback. But I'm a believer that earlier this year there were some throws that looked like they were drops, but I maintained that the ball was not a good ball. There were a number of throws to T-Mac this year where that ball was behind him. He had to make a real attempt to turn and get that ball. So some of those drops I don't put on T-Mac as much as the ones that we saw against the 49ers. Like some of those were just absolutely egregious drops. There's no other way around it. Thank you to Vegas Panthers Drew for the 5. He said, I think Canales I think Canales is a good catch. He just can't be a head coach and an OC at the same time efficiently. We need a good OC that takes over full time. That's a
agree with that.
perfect question
I
because
agree.
this is my next question. As we move forward and look towards the Rams, to me, it defeats the purpose of going out and hiring an offensive coordinator, an offensive-minded coach as your head coach. But do you think Dave Canales needs to give up play calling to Brad Idzik? Are we already at that point?
No, I think Brad Isaac should get replaced before that happens, and I think that's the
Mm.
main issue that we have. Is I think if we was to do that, our play calling would be basically the same thing because Brad Isaac's play calling is damn near the same as Dave Canales. That's where he got a lot of his play calling from is Dave Canales. So I mean, I don't even think there would be an upgrade if we was to do that. I think you would have to fire Brad Isaac first. Maybe keep the play calling still in Dave Canales' hands, but have a guy, a veteran offensive coordinator that can also call plays and help him come up with plays. I think that was the main issue when we hired Dave Canales. That he just brought his buddy with him. We should have hired a veteran, older offensive coordinator to help Dave Canales make the transition as a new head coach. Only his third year as a play caller in NFL period. I think that was where we kind of messed up. I think that's where Dave Canales messed up at the same time.
Yeah.
I agree with some of that, Jake. Honestly, I wouldn't be against none of that. But let me throw this at you. What if from now on, instead of Brad Isaac being on the field, put his ass up in the box. Put him in the box. Let him get a bird's eye view of what's going on. That way they can make adjustments maybe a little bit faster and can reach down to Canales and say, hey, this is what I'm seeing up here. And maybe if we're out of the playoff, let's say that we're out of the playoffs, that's when you start doing that. If he can transition to start calling better plays on the field between that time, then maybe you keep him to next year and actually give him the OC position and let him call plays. If he's doing, because that could give you 5 games. If within 5 games, which that's very immediate for that to change and see a big difference, but it's possible. If you can't do that within 5 games, which I'm pretty sure they're not talking about that, but that's what I would like. Then yes, I do agree with trying to go get an OC, and I would like that OC to be up in the box. I have never seen them pan to the box to see who we have up there calling, other than I've seen Luke Kuechly on defense and Dan Morgan up there in the box. Who's up there
Yeah, if
looking out?
Dave Canales has said at the beginning of this off season that he wasn't going to make his coordinators sit in the box if they didn't want to. So they can go where they want.
See,
Last year, Ivero was in the box.
I don't
And
know. I
Ivero
see.
wanted to come down the
I
box.
see Joe Brady up there for the Bills up in the box.
Well, I'm not
Good.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's a bad idea. I'm not telling you I don't like Bob's idea. I do. I like offensive coordinator in the box so he can see the wide range of the field. But like again, Dave Canales is your head coach. He does what he wants.
You can't have two green people, man. You gotta have
We do. I agree. I agree.
Yep.
I had said earlier that on one of my shows, I that's on YouTube and Twitter, by the way. I said that in my idea, you have to go get, if you're going to keep Dave Canales and you're going to keep Brad Isaac, which I don't agree with keeping them both. You want to keep Canales because he's whatever, fine.
Gotta get rid of Isaac.
But get rid of Isaac and go get you a coordinator. You don't have to get a coordinator that's going to install his entire offensive way. Go get a coordinator who's used to calling plays, but also doesn't mind to be in the back behind Canales. If you bring a high-profile quarterback, a coordinator that some people are going to mention, they're going to want to come in and take over. And Canales won't like taking over. He still wants him to be the boss. He still wants to run his system, but somebody else is going to have to call plays
Cody,
off his system.
Yeah, Cody, my thing, and I mean, you guys are bringing up great points. But, my thing is, I still go back to Chicago. I mean, their OC's DeClan Doyle. He was the tight ends coach for Denver, and it's Ben Johnson, and those guys are young. So what's the difference? To me, it's a lot of it. to me,
Go
it
ahead,
goes
I'm
back to
sorry.
what Pop said. They have a little bit more. They had more draft capital. They have a little bit better players than our team. I think our team, we finally drafted decent. I still think we need to grow. I still think we need more players. And you've noticed how many times has our offensive line changed? It's shifted like every week. I've seen different guys at the line. And not to make excuses for Carolina, but the thing is that like sometimes with a team like Carolina where you kind of are relying on your starters to, play most of the season, and then we're not deep enough. We just don't have enough of talent after our starters. And even some of those starters probably shouldn't even be starters on our team. So to me, we still have a lot of growing to do. We had to like start from scratch, and that goes back to like our old Scott Fitter drafting horribly. It goes back to like those years where we traded guys for a C-Mac for no first round picks. It goes back to like the dumb front office from years past, and we're trying to clean this up. So I think it's just going to take, to me, I know Panther fans hate when I say this, but it's like, it's going to take some time. And I know it's been a long time. I know. I'm sorry, but it is. It's just going to take some time to get more players in here.
To me, I will say this, man, like, I know that they're both newer coaches, in the positions that they're in. But, bro, it don't take a genius to run the ball more than you are. Like, I can understand maybe some of the leadership stuff, not knowing and fully all of the nuances of being a leader of men and leading a locker room of 53 men to go on the field and whoop some ass. Like, I understand that takes time to build up that kind of respect and that kind of persona. I get that. Fine. I'm willing to give him a pass on that level. But just the dumb decisions of knowing that you're built to run the football, knowing that you have said ad nauseum, you're a run-first football team, you still don't do it. Even when your quarterback is visibly struggling, you choose not to give him any support running the football anymore. It just makes no sense to me. Let me welcome in Vegas Drew back on the free-for-all. Drew, what's up, dude?
What's up, guys?
How you doing, man? Talk to me, man. What do you make of Dave Canales and the play calling and all of it, man?
Like I said, I think he's a little too, I don't know how you put it, like not convinced or swayed by outside opinion. Because if you look, the games that we won that we probably shouldn't have won, what did we do? We just ran the rock hard. Like we beat the Cowboys, we beat the Packers. Like those games, we had huge running games. And look at the games that we lost. The games, the damn Saints somehow. This last one is real. It kind of just highlights everything. When you have that effort by that defense and you can't even turn them points and get throwing it. I think he drank too much of his own Kool-Aid. And he's like, man, we are on the flow with Bryce that last game. Like, you got to throw every game you play with the Falcons out because they just are the Falcons against us. Like, they're always trash. You have to.
Falcons are single-handedly trying to save Bryce Young's career.
It's smart, make him play so bad that we re-sign him for a long contract.
If the Falcons were smart, they would go trade their some high draft picks for Bryce Young because he would be their franchise quarterback.
And I'll be
well, he's only playing against him good. He doesn't play good. Like saying, if you look at it, that I was gonna say something. I was like, that Tyler Shuck has had as many 200-yard passing games as Bryce has had this year, and he's only had 3 starts. Over 200, I should say.
Yeah. Well, the game that they played against us, that game was good enough to be the 4th best performance in Bryce Young's whole career.
I know. It's just he's just average. It's just the end. Like, I'm not even upset anymore. He's not even really a bust to me. He's just average. Like, he's Geno Smith, realistically. Yeah. If we had a world beater defense and the best offensive line we could have and a good running back, like, then he could be successful. But how many teams, like you're saying, he's not Mahomes or Josh Allen. Like, if Josh Allen is on this team, we'd be slaying people because their defense is 10 times worse than ours. And The only thing you could say that they have better is running back. Like, and they're like Super Bowl contenders with worse wide receivers and worse offensive line.
We could have Jonathan Taylor and Saquon Barkley both on this team, and we still wouldn't run the ball enough.
Well, that's the difference. The running
That's
back
the
thing
honest
is
truth.
different.
If we could have the top running backs in the league on this team, and we still wouldn't run the ball enough.
You see what's happening to the Eagles is like it doesn't matter if you have the best running back in the game. If they just stack up and stop the run, you have to have a quarterback that's going to be able to throw the ball.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're watching. I mean, there's a lot of teams though, even that are. I mean, I watched Baltimore on Thanksgiving, and Derrick Henry, for whatever, he had a couple big plays, and then all of a sudden, just non-existent. I don't know what it is about everyone wanting to throw the sexy 50-yard bomb every time. I mean, we can, you got to establish the run. I mean that, and I just, especially Carolina, that's what we do.
Well, no, and to add on,
Alex, you want to know what it's about? It's about profit for the NFL. It's about high dollar profit for the NFL.
About that bet
involving Vegas and involving fantasy football.
That money in their pocket.
And that's what it's involving. It's involving it's pretty much what it's about. It involves a running back's career is not long. So therefore, the NFL and the NFL teams can't profit enough off a guy whose career max is 5 years. So therefore, that's why it's all about the passing game. And college coaches aren't intelligent enough to figure out how to run the football consistently. So therefore, they like to pass the ball.
Well,
and
I saw a video
quarterbacks who don't know how to read defenses. So
yeah, there's a lot of differences between the college and the NFL game too. I saw a video about this. Like in college, you have more leeway before you get an illegal man downfield, so you can get your blockers further downfield before you start to run the football, which is why those screen passes work so well in college.
Right.
Let me introduce somebody. He's here to shout into the void, my man, Sigma Panther. Christian, what's up, dude?
Not much, man. How you guys doing?
Doing
Pickle,
good,
long time no talk.
What's up?
Yeah, man. How you been, dude?
Fucking Jake, bro. How you doing?
Doing good, drinking a beer, enjoying the night, talking about this shit show that we got going on.
Yeah, man. Once I heard Cody say that we might be talking quarterbacks, I couldn't help it, man. I'm addicted to quarterback talk.
Aren't we always? So tell us, man, what do you make of Bryce through? I mean, we're more than halfway through the season, but just also the play calling and that performance against the 49ers. What do you make of such an abysmal performance? Us not running the football, but Bryce, again, not taking care of the football, being inaccurate. It was a shit show, man. What'd you make of it?
Also Dave Canales as well.
Yeah.
Talk about him.
Yeah, man. So when people at work ask me what I think of my team and my coaching, and I see people talking about calling plays and play calls on the 1 yard line. Like if I'm judging Canales, I'm judging him on not running the fucking ball. When we're averaging more than 6 yards a carry, that I'm gonna judge on Canales. Now, but Bryce, dude, like I mean, he's just not a starter in my opinion. Now, I'm not gonna judge him on routes that are ran poorly or poor scheme. I just judge him on his decision making and his accuracy and of course his zip on the ball. Sometimes that prevents completions, but dude, I think it's pretty said and done. Like for us all to be comfortable with Bryce, even the Brycers, you guys got to be real, man. Like what do you need to see from him to be the guy going forward? Like, do you need to see him give us what he gave against the Falcons? Maybe not breaking records, but give us that type of performance. What, 70% of the time? Because what is he doing it now? I'm not trying to shit on the guy, but let's be fucking real. He just ain't fucking it.
Christian, what do you make of the performance against the Falcons? Like, why the explosion on offense? Bryce is spreading the ball around, giving it out to everyone. You had T-Mac who had 2 touchdowns. Now, against the 49ers, it's like night and day difference. It's like what Bryce is going to show up. It's infuriating.
I know, dude. I wish we saw that, like at least half the time. Let's start with half the time, right? Like, let's see 300, 250-yard games half the time. I don't know. I'd like to see more, but I don't know, man. Like, I think that for some reason he has these anomaly games. He did it last year versus the Eagles, the Chiefs, I think. The Packers was another one. We lost all three. He owns the Falcons. So I don't know what it is. I don't know how. And Cody, don't forget, dude, it ain't just the Niners. It was the Saints.
Yes.
It was every game this year practically, except for maybe two.
But it should have been a layup for the Panthers.
Arizona.
Here's my view.
Arizona's terrible now.
I just think that everyone in that building knows that he doesn't have the arm talent, whether that's zip on the ball or stretching the defense or accuracy downfield, or maybe even be able to see the fucking field well enough. And so we're playing in a fucking box on offense, and they're going to have to make a decision. Personally, I mean, I would personally go through the draft unless you get Daniel Jones. And I've heard like some of you guys say that, you don't want to start the process over. I get it, man, but like, what free agency do you guys want?
It's already there.
Like,
the process is already there.
But what free agent is going to come in?
There.
What bench warmer is going to do any good for us?
There's only two. There's only two that I think could be brought in that would be reasonable enough to actually push Bryce for the starting job. It's Mac Jones in San Fran, and it's Davis Mills with the Texans. And Davis Mills has played pretty good while C.J. Stroud's been out. Now, I don't love any of those options either. But
Joe Flacco's on his way, Cody. Calm down.
Oh, fuck.
Come on
they
now.
both got his. Hold on. I believe Matt Jones is signed to another
year.
year.
Yes, so we would have to trade for Jones.
And I'm not trading him. Traded for him.
Nope.
And I think Daniel. Who you say? Who's the other person?
Davis Mills for the Texans. I do believe that. I think he's a free agent.
Backup. So
yeah,
he ain't leaving. So yeah.
Okay.
I would say probably go after what's his name that came out of North Carolina. He played for the Commanders. Oh my God, what is his name?
Sam Howell.
I would try to get Sam Howell. I would draft a quarterback this year.
Yeah.
With the second round pick, that's what I would do, and keep it moving. I mean, there's so much evidence that, to me, that Bryce has lost his locker.
David Moore or Dave.
You got to pick up that 5th-year option. I think in May this year.
As White Chocolate Espresso Kev would say, never fear. Lenore Sellers is on his way.
Here's the thing, man.
He ain't.
You know what? I think Sellers might even enter the transfer portal and go somewhere else for his final season. In my opinion,
he reminds me of Justin Fields when he came out.
Here's the thing. Even if we got a free agent, I would still draft a kid. Just a project, someone for them to work on. That's me. Like, why not?
I think, and because I'm one of those, and I think everyone knows I'm a big Bryce guy. Like, I think it could be beneficial if he was, he might be better somewhere else in a different scheme, in a different just franchise in itself. I mean, we've seen 2 other quarterbacks play pretty well elsewhere. And the only reason why I'm still a believer of the guy, and I know people say it's excuses and stuff like that, but there's to me, besides the running backs, there's a lot of young talent around them as far as receiving core. The offensive line has been banged up all year, and look at the Chargers, for example. They're 7-4, and everyone loves Herbert. And I know Cody loves Herbert. He's
one of our favorite players in the NFL.
Based off the eye test, the guy has a huge arm. Like I've seen it. We've seen it. But at the same time, what have we really seen from the Chargers? Nothing really. I mean, one playoff berth, and they lost to Jacksonville in the first round.
But can we at least admit that Herbert has had higher highs than Bryce Young has ever had? Like the dude was the offensive rookie of the year in his rookie season. He's last year during the season he only had 4 interceptions.
Yeah,
so
no.
To add on to what Alex is saying, though, I'll be honest with y'all. I don't think it matters what the hell we say about Bryce Young. He's going to be on this roster next year unless somebody trades for him. They're not going to release him. They're not going to, regardless. They are not going to release Bryce Young no matter what next year unless somebody wants to trade for him. He will be on this roster next year. He's not going to get cut.
Ain't nobody trading.
I wasn't gonna. So if Daniel Jones for some reason doesn't sign with the Colts and he joins our, just playing pretend here, I could see a situation where Bryce asks for the trade, or if someone falls to us in the first round and they have the balls to do it, I could see him asking for a trade as well. Otherwise, I agree with you. I think he'll be on the team unless those two things happen.
It's Bryce's problem. It's 2 things, maybe 3. Vision, paying attention to details or execution, and physical talent. Those are his 3 things. Daniel Jones don't have those problems. Now he had turnover issues, but outside of that, he can throw, he can run, and he has vision. He can see what's going on.
And he's over 6 foot tall.
You're saying physical talent.
I believe the Colts are going to franchise tag.
At the very least, I agree. They're not letting that man walk.
I agree. I agree. But hold on, Alex. What were you going to say about that, though?
I was going to say you're saying physical talent as far as like NFL, right? Because he was the number 1 pick for a reason. He was. Bryce Young was amazing in college. He was a great college player.
There's been great college quarterbacks. Tim Tebow. There's been plenty of them. There's plenty of examples that came out in the first overall picks that have been busts. Let me
add on to that too a little bit, Alex. Yeah. Pop mentioned all the things that Bryce is struggling with, right? But he didn't just say physical talent. He said it was field vision, seeing the field, and I don't even mean being too short. That interception he threw against the Saints, that was just a boneheaded fucking throw. It's just, a lot of people know not to throw that ball. What Bryce was billed as coming out of college, I could deal with if he was that. We knew that he didn't have the most physical talent of any of those quarterbacks in the draft, but he read the field well. He evaded pressure well. He was the ultimate game manager. If Bryce continued to show those attributes, I could swallow the fact that him not being this 6'5" cannon for an arm type of football player. But the fact that he isn't those things, it makes his physical the physical deficiencies that he has, it doubles them. It makes them even more apparent when you watch him play.
Yeah, and Alice, when you're sitting here dissecting this team, and I just want you to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Nobody's complaining about the O-line. This is not the worst O-line I've ever seen in the Carolina Panthers.
And they've been injured. They've been injured too.
And injury, he got sacked one time. So it's not like he was getting clobbered. He's not the most sacked quarterback this year, or was he last year? So we can't even throw there's not enough excuses to say, okay, even though they're young, Bryce Young is a veteran now. He has to elevate the team. Now I understand that some people are not doing their job. That comes with football. That comes with staying focused, concentrating. But I am not seeing anything that's his game elevating, nor the team or for himself. When I listened to that interview he just had, he says, verbatim, once I leave the stadium, I leave football at the stadium. How is that trying to be great? That is not what I want to hear as a Carolina Panther fan, my guy.
I will say,
real quick, I want to welcome someone into the show. I'm gonna get Jake and Pickle, but this man's been waiting We got Loco back on the free for all. Loc, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yeah, how you
What's
doing,
up,
man?
man?
Good. I just want to let you know how that game went. It was
Yeah, you were
such a
in attendance.
terrible.
You were
Yeah,
in
he went.
attendance,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, he went to the game too. Yeah.
I was there. I personally had a good time before the game. I got to see Luke Kuechly. I got a
Oh,
picture
that's
with him.
awesome.
I
Oh
Oh,
got to
wow.
meet
wow.
Deshaun Foster. I got to meet
Oh,
Ooh,
Terrell
man.
McMillan's pops. So I was having
damn
the
that.
time of my life in the beginning,
Yeah.
but man, when
Oh,
they
We
scored
went
right
south
away, I
fast,
was
didn't
like,
it?
oh shit, here we go. And
no,
then we get
no,
those
man.
picks, and then I'm like, all right, here we go, right in the goal line. And I'm right there, right in front of Bryce. And what do? They do a play action, and he throws a pick on first and goal on the one. I'm just like, oh my God, what the fuck's going on? So it was tough. A lot of mental mistakes. It reminded me of Super Bowl 50. I hate bringing that up, but
Oh
it
God.
was the fact that our defense was doing everything they can to keep us in it, and it was our offense was just taking a shit in their pants every time they had an opportunity to get the lead or get a score. So it was rough. Um,
Yeah,
we gotta blame Bryce on that goal line interception because even though we should have ran the ball, Bryce should at least thrown it away if not
Oh
forced it
yeah.
in like that. So it was just, I think with Bryce, it's a confidence thing. Once he gets those interceptions early, I think he gets rattled, and it just made it tough the whole game. And then I don't know if you guys remember when I said this last Friday, I said if this Panthers offense can't beat the 49ers defense with no Fred Warner and Nick Bosa, then we
yeah.
don't deserve the playoffs, and that's what it kind of felt like. So it was
Damn.
rough, but
So
you know,
real quick, we're gonna move on to the Rams here in a minute. I want to talk specific about that matchup because, boys, out of all the shit that we've just talked, the Panthers are only a game out of first place, and we still played Tampa Bay twice. So I want to get to that. But Loco, my question to you is, what did you make of why the team was so out of sorts offensively? Did you put more of the onus on Bryce Young, or did you feel like Canales didn't have them prepared? Did you feel like the offensive um, play calls weren't up to par? What did you make of that performance, and why was it so bad coming off of a blockbuster performance against Atlanta?
I think it's because we only gave Rico the ball 6 times. I
Yeah,
mean, that is unexcusable for him to do that. This team, bounced back with Rico. We wouldn't be where we're at without Rico. So they got away from, what we do best, and that's run the
yeah,
ball. Even though Bryce tore it up versus the Falcons, that was because they were loading the box and they were forcing him to throw. But with that Niner defense, with all those injuries, they still found a way to get after Bryce. And our offensive line didn't really do that good. I know he only got one sack, but I saw Icky getting beat by backups,
Yep. Thank you.
and it made it tough. So I think the blame goes to Canales for not establishing our identity when we were winning games, and that was playing, Panther football, run the ball. And we didn't do that. And, we just gave the ball to Bryce to win the game. And I think, like, what would David Tepper want? Want the Panthers to run the ball or make Bryce look good on prime time? You know what I mean? So maybe
yeah.
like just that primetime game, they wanted Bryce to show out. And I don't blame them, but you know, we should have ran the
Well,
ball more than 6 times a Rico. That's ridiculous. So I
let me
put the
ask you
blame
this.
on Dave.
I don't.
Yeah,
Do y'all
I
do y'all think Canales got um maybe persuaded on their full go? And the reason why I say that is that because after having such a hell of a game with that 448 yards with Atlanta, and then coming to this 49ers game, he's like, okay, yeah, I got a guy that can sling it. And maybe he believed a little bit too much and said, okay, Bryce, because Bryce has got up there and said he's comfortable with whatever play that Canales calls, and got out there. Maybe the lights were too bright for either one of them. Bad coaching, bad play calling, and maybe a little bit too much faith in what Bryce could do with his arm. That's what the outcome turned out to be. Do y'all think that could be possible?
Maybe.
that's
By the
what
way,
he said.
your okay, it's fixed. Your microphone had cut out on you for a minute there.
Yeah, I quit talking. Yeah, that's what he said. He said it. He said that he was so caught up with the performance against Atlanta that he just thought that maybe we could just keep on, rolling right along. And he just forgot. And his exact words was, I just got caught up and I forgot to run.
But Pop, the reason why it's so stupid though is because I don't know if y'all remember that clip I played last Friday. I played a clip of Canales saying that they didn't want to give T-Mac the hard downs all the time, but just leaving him at the X wide receiver and having him up against their best corner. They moved him around. They put him in the slot against the Falcons. They did some creative things, but then they put him in at X 90% of the time against the 49ers. So if you wanted to pass the ball and if you felt so much bravado about Bryce Young, why would you go away from all the things that you were successful doing against the Falcons? It makes zero fucking sense to me.
It doesn't
at all.
And you know what? Dude, going into the fourth quarter, it was only 17-9. So when you go through 3 fucking quarters of your pass game not doing what you did against the Falcons, and you have your run game there, and you're still not calling up, that's completely Canales' fault. It was like the Saints game was embarrassing, but the fourth quarter was pretty fucking horrid against the Niners, man. It was like I was watching a kid, those kids you play online Madden who they kick their little brother's ass and pass plays all fucking day, but then he just kept fucking trying. I'm just trying to tell him, dude, it ain't fucking working, man. Run the fucking ball. Yeah. Again, I don't mind the play action pass at the 1 yard line. That the play call doesn't bug me. It's the lack of running when you're only down 8 points.
Yeah.
To start the fourth quarter and you haven't got it going and your pass game isn't going. Right. So that scares me. But you know what else scares me too about Canales a little bit? And again, if I had to pick Bryce or Canales, I'm picking Canales right now, but I'm
not picking either one.
It gives me anxiety that when they talk about their passing scheme.
One of them.
Yeah.
So when he talks about his passing scheme, they seem to talk a lot in like plays that are designed for receivers. Like, dude, why aren't you just fucking give him his fucking his progressions to go through? Why does it always seem like there's one guy for a play? They did it when Adam Thielen was here, and that's what I noticed that in his pressers. That kind of makes me nervous, man. Like, why are you going into a pass play where you're basically telling Bryce, this is your guy. And then what ends up happening? He stares him down and then he waits too long and then he's fucking scrambles. And by then it's too fucking late to go to his other progressions. So I don't know, man. Like, this makes me question Canales for sure.
That's what I've gotten worried about too. I mean, we all understand that he's young. He's a young head coach, only second year and only third year ultimately as a play caller. But we're at this point of this year, this season, I should say, where you should be better. Like, you should not be still making the mistakes that you made early on this year, but he still is. That's what I'm worried about. Like, are you going to correct the mistakes that you keep talking about you're making, or are you just going to keep making the same mistakes over and over again? Because if you are, I'm sorry, then I don't think you are going to have a future here. Like, you are going to have to learn to correct the mistakes. I mean, you're just going to have to.
I think he will, Jake. I honestly think he will. I think he does some self-reflecting, and I think he will do a lot more of that this offseason. And a lot of things will determine what direction they'll go. But how many games can we say Canales called bad games out of
this year?
11, this year it was 11. It's 11 games so far.
So okay.
Oh my gracious! How many times did he apologize?
Saints game, 49ers.
49ers.
Arizona wasn't bad, but
we came back on the Cardinals.
Arizona, we did. Oh my God, dude, we had how many flags were thrown at that last drive?
Yeah, so
we
many.
got bailed out 5 times.
I would say Jacksonville. I would say Jacksonville.
There's a lot of holding that they was doing us
I would what no, that's actually a good question. What other games? I would say Jacksonville wasn't very good on Canales' part.
Saints game.
The Patriots for sure.
The Buffalo game.
The Buffalo.
I'd say 4. I'd say at least 4 games.
He put so much on Dalton. He could have ran the ball.
Yeah, I do think a lot of that game was Dalton just being fucking terrible.
Yeah, that's just Dalton.
Well, that's why you don't. That's why you should have pivot away from him throwing it. You got to run more.
You know, going in that Andy was going to be terrible. So why try to pass the ball a lot? Why get yourself in that situation?
Yeah,
again,
that's a good point.
Canales doesn't want to really run the football.
He
wants
don't
to spread the ball out, be a pass-happy attack football game. We don't have the offensive line for that. We don't have the receivers for that at all. If we try to convert to a pure passing offense, good Lord, we definitely
don't have the quarterback for that. My thing is
quarterback. Good Lord, we don't got nothing.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Name me 2 offensive linemen that would look good in a pass-happy attack offense.
So we give him 4 games, right? So out of
Bolton.
9, he's at a 40%.
On our offensive line,
to
answer your question, I can give you only 2 on our offensive line would be good in pass. Damian Lewis and Taylor Moton. That's only 2. Only 2.
Hey man, real quick, shout out to Patrick Smith for being a brand new member of the C3 Legion. We appreciate you, brother. You're helping the channel grow, man. We appreciate your patronage. Hey, let me bring in CPG, my guy. What's up, dude? How are you, man?
What's going on, man? It's been kind of a sombering week, huh?
Yeah, from a football perspective, for sure. But I did want to use this as a transition point for us to sort of move into the Rams game. We can go back to San Fran if we want, but what's over is over. It's time to look ahead. The Panthers are only a game out of first place. We have the first place Rams.
Half a game.
Yeah, right. That's true. It's a half a game. So the Panthers are not going to have J.C. Horn with Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams coming to
town. This is just a loss.
I'm about to say
it's going to look just as bad as the Bucks game.
But let me ask you this.
I think it's going to be a bloodbath.
Let me ask you this, and I'll let CPG go first since he's just joining. Is there any chance that the Panthers could run a ball control offense, give the ball to Rico, make up for what they didn't do against the 49ers, run the fuck out of the football, and do everything in their power to keep Matthew Stafford and that offense off the field? Like, is there even a chance for us to do that?
Nope.
There's like a sliver of hope I have for this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde team we've been all year to turn it on, and the Rams play down to us. But I really think the Rams are probably going to blow us out, realistically.
There's nothing they're better. We might have a better kicker. They have a better coach. They have better offense. They have better defense. They have better receivers. They have better running back.
They have the thicker kicker, though. You can't forget about him.
But I think our kicker's still better than him. Our kicker and punter are still better.
I do like Ryan Fitzgerald, but I just had to bring up the thicker kicker because he used to be on this team.
Yeah, I rooted for that guy.
He's still down for the pick, man.
So the thicker kicker is their kicker?
Mm-hmm.
All right, then you guarantee we got the better kicker.
Oh, Cody's gone, so now I'm the host? Okay, y'all. Well, let's talk shit about Clemson right quick. What y'all got to say? Anybody can go. Anybody?
They suck.
Cody kicked himself out. You know, that's how that's supposed to work.
Yeah, y'all forgot us to run this shit.
That's how it is, man. I see how it is.
Nah, I'll be serious. Hey, real quick, let me welcome in Baby Rhino to the C3 Friday Free for All. Just became a new member. Rhino, what's up, dude?
What's up, guys? Y'all doing all right?
I'm doing good. How are you, brother?
Doing good. Been a long time listener of you guys.
But thanks for coming on the show, man.
Shout out to Tony.
I used to call in all the time to you guys, and I took a break for a while, but I'm back.
Happy to have you back, man.
Listening to you guys talking about Panthers makes me feel I'm not alone.
That's what we're here for, brother.
So I missed most of it. Cody, how are you feeling these days about Bryce Young?
Oh man, dude, I really feel like we're just like we're trying to get blood from a turnip, brother. I feel like we've seen a lot of him, and yeah, maybe some scenarios could be better. Maybe Canales could make the playbook suit him better. But overall, I just feel like there's so many things about his game that are still lacking in year 3 that it makes it really hard for me to believe that he's the guy going forward. To me, the more relevant question is, I mean, unless he just balls out down the stretch and somehow we're able to squeak into the playoffs, to me, the more relevant question is what quarterback are we going to bring in to provide him some competition in that quarterback room? Is it going to be in the draft? Is it going to be a Davis Mills who's been playing good for the Texans? Are we trading for Mac Jones? I don't know, but to me, I've just been very underwhelmed by the number 1 overall pick that we traded up to go get. So it's been pretty disappointing from my perspective on Bryce. I think a lot of people here probably agree with that sentiment, but how are you feeling, man? I know there was a lot of blame to put on Dave Canales in that matchup against the 49ers. How are you feeling about Bryce Young through 12 weeks of NFL football?
Fan says 95. Somebody called me a fair weather fan today. I about lost my shit. I've been there since the beginning. I've watched every losing game. Right
The G
now,
baby line.
I know what that feels.
I'm so
brother.
confused. I think that right now I'm confused on who he is as a quarterback, but also I agree with you about the play calling. There's something off there. His record for passing yards and then turn around and beat a beatable 49ers team. It just doesn't make sense. There's just something not adding up. And I just keep looking at him. I mean, everybody, all Panthers fans have given the benefit of the doubt that, his size didn't matter, but I really think it does.
Yeah.
That play calling is, it just feels shitty that we're 6-6. And yeah, we're excited that we're in the, with that record this time of year, but you also, it just doesn't feel settled. It just doesn't feel like we have answers. And then you talk about the quarterback market. The quarterback market sucks. I don't know what we would do. And that's just a bad feeling since we've all been there for the last, since Cam left us. Shout out to Tony. I'm a Cam guy too.
Same, brother. I wouldn't be a fan of this team if it wasn't for Cam Newton, man. Yeah, I hear you. It's kind of famous in C3 lore at this point in time. Tony came over to my house before, ironically enough, a game with the Rams. And, we both said that we felt like because Cam Newton was under center, we had a chance to win. And I don't know. I mean, I know Alex is still a Bryce guy, but I just feel like nobody really feels that way about Bryce Young. Especially, going into a game against the number 1 seed in the NFC Rams, like, what are we expecting from Bryce? Like, is the only answer for the Panthers to run the football, or is there any way possible to get this passing game back on track with Bryce under center? I'll toss that up for anyone.
I would be happy with just him being mid, just a average quarterback, game manager, a mid-level starter. I'd be content with that.
Yeah, I think we all would at this point. Like, just the wild ups and downs are just sort of infuriating. It's like either be incredible or be trash, and be one of those most of the time. You know what I mean? Like, at least we know what we have going forward, which is so frustrating to me.
I don't think.
I told you he's. Oh, go ahead.
Now I was gonna say I don't think he needs a pass for over 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. And I'm not asking him to do like 200-yard plus, 2 touchdowns, maybe 1 rushing, or just 2+ touchdowns in general. Like, if he was to average that, I would be perfectly fine. I wouldn't say a damn thing about him. Don't turn the ball over. That's the main thing. Don't turn the ball over. And I would be perfectly fine with him being our future quarterback franchise. Never even would talk about us drafting a quarterback. But we're at this point in his career, this point in the year, that we're still talking about that quarterback. And, I mean, that's that's a problem, and I hate to have that discussion because regardless of how anybody feels about Bryce Young, nobody wants to have that talk about our quarterback situation. Like the fact that we have a situation at quarterback is not good for this franchise. It's just not.
Yeah.
I said, when people ask me to describe Bryce, I say he's aggressively average. He's exceedingly unremarkable.
Yeah.
Like he can't even throw for league average. Like just hit like that's what we and Cody were talking about that one time. I said,
Yeah.
we don't even expect a 4. I was like, I don't even want a 300-yard. If he just throws 250, say 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, or 1 touchdown, no picks, like that's a success.
Bro, give me 230 and 2 touchdowns.
220, I'm cool.
Yeah,
with that.
230 and 2 tuds. I'm fucking chilling, bro.
If you want to search for a positive, I could say he hasn't fumbled in like 3 games. That's a positive.
Yeah, but it's
quarterbacks
like when
do
you
see
still
that's
give.
available, Cody, that you want to see. I mean, well, I'm thinking about draft. Because there ain't really other than maybe some bum bridges that you could bring in. Which I doubt they're
Well,
gonna
so I mean, some of the names that come to mind: Ty Simpson from Alabama looks pretty decent.
I don't want no more
He's not gonna
quarterbacks
be there
from
by the
Alabama.
time
Oregon. The best quarterback in the draft coming up is Fernando Mendoza out of Indiana. 100.
Jake loves Fernando
Yeah.
Mendoza.
He's gonna
That
be
dude is a
gone before we
dog.
get there.
We're not gonna
Yeah.
be able
Oh,
to
he's
get
definitely
those
gonna be gone. He's going top 3 at the worst. Like he's definitely gonna be gone.
Yeah, I think your best bet is if you do pull the trigger in the first round. I don't think this guy will be there, but if you can get the guy from USC,
He'll be there. Unless he has an
That's-
unbelievable rest of the year and like a great playoff scenario, he'll be there middle of the first round for sure.
that would be who I would take in the first round.
Yeah, he's good. I like him.
But this is what makes it
But
so.
Pop, tell me
upsetting.
why. Tell me why you like him so much.
Because he's 6'3".
Okay.
2, he's
Check.
physical. Check that off. He's physical. He can get outside the pocket and run. He
And
has
what's
a
his name?
pretty-
You
Jaden
know what
Mobby.
size?
I think that's what his name is. Jaden Mobby.
Oh, you talking about Pavia?
No, Mobby.
No.
Maiva.
Oh,
Jaden
Mavia.
Mayava.
Oh.
I think it's.
I
Mayava.
thought you were talking about the Vanderbilt quarterback. I'm like,
No,
that
I
dude's
don't.
shorter
I'm
than
sorry.
I would
Bryce.
take him
His
over
name is
Bryce.
Jaden Mavia.
I'm not trying to. I'm not. Yeah. Jaden Mobby. I'm not trying to insult anybody. But as far as me, I don't want any short quarterback. Nope. If you ain't 6 feet, I don't want you. That's just where I'm at right
Shit.
now.
No, I don't
6
want them
foot.
6 feet. They
6
got to be
foot.
6'3" or above.
6'3" or
Well,
above.
Baker Mayfield.
If
Baker
they
Mayfield is 6
6'2",
feet.
if
and
they
he- and he's-
6'2" and 9/16, I don't want them.
Baker
But
Mayfield
hey,
is
I'll
6
be
feet.
real.
I'm
I
cool
would
with Baker
take what
Mayfield, too.
I would take what Caleb Williams is doing. He's not 6'3". Like to me, I don't care if you're
6'2".
short. You have to have talent. I
No, I
want
want him
arm
short. That's what it
talent. Or his arm
Regardless.
talent. He's built like a running back, so he can run. He's strong. He's a
He's a
stocky.
poor man, Russell Wilson.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's I don't need you. If you have the talent, you don't have to be 6'3". I would like you to be, but I'm not insistent upon it.
You got to
and
count.
What can you do?
I get
I
what
am.
you're saying, Cody. I get what you're saying, but you're also counting. Like even if you're 6'3", I get that, but you're coming out of college with that talent. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to transition over to the NFL. Like I at least want you to have a certain positive going for you physically wise. I want you to have at least that coming out of college for the simple fact at least you don't have to worry about
Absolutely.
that. That is something that you already got check marked off, like you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, you want more. You want more boxes checked.
Yep. My bad. Go ahead, brother. I'll go after you.
No, that's all. I was just saying. You want more boxes checked off that he has that ability to take them.
I think we all agree that what God gave you, you don't want that to be taken away. When you see it, you be like, oh, that is something he has that. God gave him that. Like that's superb. I'm so glad he has that with him. Right now I cannot tell you after 3 years what Bryce does good, other than get up there and talk on the podium and scratch himself to death.
He really don't even do that good, man. His fucking
He's
his
a bot.
press
I feel like he's a bot
conferences.
I'm listening to.
They're so boring, man.
Y'all
They're,
actually
they're
watch his press
revealing as
conference?
well.
I can't watch
That's
them.
what I'm saying. Like,
know.
dude,
I
no
don't
one,
watch any of them really.
bro,
I feel
no one
uncomfortable
is
for him.
no one is interested like tuning into a Bryce Young press conference. All right, what does QB9 got to say about this one? Never.
I
No one
haven't
has ever
watched.
said that ever.
I'll be honest with you. I haven't watched that Dave Canales press conference since like week 4. I haven't either because
You're
it's
not
the
missing
same.
nothing. He lies.
I know I'm
He
not.
lies more than
He does. That's why I'm so
he
tired.
lies so much.
The coach
I mean,
talk.
they
I'm
all
so
lies
tired
anyway,
of
but
it, man.
my God.
Like
But I don't know if
I get that you're not gonna bury somebody because I mean it's your job, but like if somebody was to walk up to you and say, "Hey, you got to do this differently," and if you don't, you're gonna get fired. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna be talking a lot differently if somebody tells me that. I just am. I'm not. I'm not with the whole coaching talk. Like we say that, but I tell you who's not always doing coaching talk, and that's fucking the Lions head coach. What's his name? Is it Dan Campbell?
Dan
Yeah, he's
Campbell.
not.
Jay,
I tell you one thing, he's
No,
not
he
all
ain't
about
right.
coaching talk.
Jay, but you gotta understand who sits at that helm. David Ruffin Tepper. You gotta understand that Canales had to go have a freaking meeting about starting his or getting his rookies more playing time, the guys that we drafted. Does he really hold all the power? Like what
I,
head coach gotta sit here and if he wants this done, he has to sit there and have a talk about it. Man, he says go put them guys in, put them in. We
but
gotta have a
you know,
discussion about that.
do you know who that we
That's
have
sad.
hired right now that goes and tell Deborah Tepper how he feels and he don't give a fuck about what Dan Morgan
Who?
is not a yes man, no man to David Tepper. I promise you that right now. He's not.
Hmm.
There was beat reports that said in the past that during a draft where Scott Fitterer was making all the picks, that Dan Morgan was the guy that was severely against that pick. Let it
I
known
agree.
that he was against that pick. I
I
tell you
agree.
right now, Dan Morgan is not no yes man, no man. Like he's gonna tell it like it is, regardless of who Dave Tepper is.
Yeah.
But Jay,
Uh,
but when you're the middleman, you and you're being let's say he's a transporter. He's a transporter because he is taking what this person is saying and taking it to the other person and dealing with somebody like David Tepper who could be a hothead. You might have to be careful how you lay things out. You might have to, you know, present it a certain way and still try to get your point across. I think if David Tepper was bluntly asking Dan Morgan, he would stand on business. But I don't think he's always in that situation.
yeah. Hey, let me welcome. Well, let me let Alex go now. Then we'll welcome someone into the show. Go ahead, Alex.
No, I mean, no, you could welcome me in, Cody. I got you guys.
No, all right, you're cool. Let me welcome my man Anthony back on the free for all. Ant, what's up, dude?
What's up, man? How y'all doing, man?
Doing good, man. How are you, brother?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Just thought I'd pop in for a couple minutes.
Yeah, man.
Show my support and love as always. So
Appreciate you, dog. Happy Thanksgiving to you, man.
yeah, happy Thanksgiving, brother. You already know. The
Yeah,
rest
man.
of you as well.
Of course. Hey, I'll let you spit on whatever you want. You want to talk about the 49ers game or you want to talk about the Rams? Whatever. The floor is yours, man.
All right. Well, I'll start with the 49ers game. I know you heard my call. A lot of what I said felt like that game was extremely winnable. Bad coaching, in my opinion. Bryce Young, reverting back to Bryce Young. Some missed calls that didn't go our way, but overall, can't blame the refs. Like so many just shooting ourselves in the foot moments in that game, right? Like, why are we not just running it at the 1 yard line? A lot of confusing things.
I blame Pete Carroll.
Yeah. The
I do
Rams.
too.
We're not going to beat the Rams. And I think the Rams are going to the Super Bowl. I wish I could say that. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this team beats the Rams. It'll depend on how the coaching and Bryce play. I think what I've come to learn is this roster is good enough. It's starting to become good enough to where we're kind of going to be in most of these games, but it really comes down to is the head coach and quarterback going to be able to perform up to the standards they have to perform to. I think it'll come down to that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I see that. Bryce he's just such a head case at this point. If he's not playing Atlanta, he hasn't been good. So I don't know
Not at
I don't know
all.
what to think, honestly. Yeah, I don't know what to think, honestly. This is just it. I mean, it is a coin flip. But I watched the Bears game today, and I don't think my personal opinion, I don't think Caleb Williams is a great quarterback. But when you watch Ben Johnson coach, he just does the things that he knows mid-game, like while the game's going on, that the other team cannot stop. And I just don't see that type of coaching in Carolina to mask the quarterback problems, in my opinion. Like, I don't think we have that high-level offensive intelligent mind. And it's no shot at Canales. I like some of the things he does. I just think ultimately, that's why Ben Johnson was so coveted by David Tepper. I was just using it as a comparison to say, I don't think we're in a position where we have like a superstar offensive mind to cover up our quarterback's weaknesses. So I really feel like it's like if he slips up one time, then Bryce is going to be exposed a lot. And so I think that's kind of what I saw last game, in my opinion. But I've been going on for a while. But
No, you're good.
Matthew Stafford's going to win MVP.
I really wish Jonathan Taylor would win it just to see a running back finally do it.
If it wasn't a quarterback so heavy award, I would definitely agree with you on Jonathan Taylor getting it. But it's so quarterback heavy, I think Matthew Stafford's going to get it.
And I would say this too, because I like that Anthony said maybe we'll win the Rams game. And usually I'm a positive guy, man, but like this on Sunday. And we're missing like J.C. Horn and Trayvon Moore. Like I don't see it. Those are two like big time players on defense that like, and especially they got Puka and Devontae Adams. Like they got guys that are like, they literally they throw the ball. They throw the ball a lot. Like McVay likes to throw the ball. I don't know, and we don't get pressure on the quarterback. It to me. Man, and you can hear it here first. If we win this game, like wow, that would be incredible. But I don't see it.
The only way we're going to win this game, I said it earlier in the show, is we have to run the ball. We have to control the clock, and we have to hold the ball so much that the Rams we have to limit their opportunities on offense. That is the only way we're going to win this game. Only way. We have to play keep away.
I agree. I mean. Yeah, because if not, it's gonna be a long Sunday, boys. It's gonna be a long Sunday.
It'll be a blowout. Like honestly, like I'll be straight up with you. Like I understand the whole saying that anything can happen on any given Sunday. I do believe that. But going against them and just the way their play style is, going against our play style, like I just said, that's the only way I can see us winning that game is playing keep away against their offense.
Yeah, we're not gonna have J.C. Horn, no Chandler Zavala. No Cherilus, no Rose Boom. And we talked about it a little bit to start, but is there any hope that maybe the Carolina Panthers are finally the team that can utilize the talents of Isaiah Simmons?
I mean,
or are y'all just like, this is a big nothing burger?
I mean, he's playing on the from what I've seen reported,
special teams.
Gonna be on special teams. So
well, but they might play him at safety and linebacker.
I don't know if
because we're real hurt.
I don't know if he's grasped onto the playbook that early. I mean, he's only been here really it'd be like a week. That's a lot to
probably not even a week.
Yeah, so I mean,
like 3 days.
And honestly, he's a hybrid, and not trying to shit on Evero. But we had somebody similar to him.
Yeah, you don't. Them hybrids, bro.
What are you gonna do with him? Because he's similar to Jeremy Chan. He's a hybrid.
I'm just saying it's week 13. The guy hasn't been signed. There's a reason. That's what I think, and I think he's just special teams. Cool, that's fine. Go out there, tackle, block, whatever you gotta do. But Yeah, I don't. It's week 13. No other team has signed him, so that's where I'm at with them.
There's a guy
They
that's
use
on
him
the
right. He's a
fantasy
linebacker.
market right now who they said that he was the reason why he ain't signed anymore is because he's injured, but that's false, bro. It's because he kissed somebody in the locker room. That's the only reason why that he ain't signed
Yeah.
somewhere.
Had to bring that up, didn't you, Dave?
I had to.
Had to bring it up.
You had to bring up a Clemson player. I had to bring up another one.
Hey Jake, I'll bring him in too if he keeps his lips to himself.
Who are you guys talking about?
Christian
You gotta
Wilkins.
Google it.
Christian
Yeah,
Wilkins.
He was the
He
defensive
Christian
tackle when we won the national championship.
I
and then
would
he went
sign
to
him and
the
say the only
Dolphins.
person you're allowed to kiss is Isaiah Simmons because hey, that was your buddy in college.
That was your buddy. That's the Clemson way.
How about this? Hey, if he comes in and gets after the quarterback, he can kiss me. I don't even give a fuck,
He
bro.
said he can
Whatever.
kiss me.
Hey, let him get
Oh,
after the fucking
shit.
quarterback, and we
Hey.
Gucci, bro. That's all
No-
I give a damn about.
No cap.
Hey, Cody said he's gonna have a damn kissing booth outside of Bank of America Stadium. Just give me this fucking win.
I
Give me
love
this
my
win.
team, damn it. I love my team.
Hey, Cody out here making sacrifices, y'all. Love it.
Yeah, hey, I'm a real fan.
No cap. That's the
guy-
type of guy you need though on this team beside Derrick Brown. I'm like seriously.
Yes.
Like no all
Yes.
jokes aside.
Oh,
you
the
need
talent.
Yes.
Not only that, the talent is undeniable. Like, regardless of how you feel about Clemson or anything, the dude has legit talent. He's a good
them.
player.
He's just a head case. Oh, weird.
Yeah, that's all it is. It really is. It's just head case.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, look, Isaiah Simmons is a dude who's 240 pounds and can run a 4.38. He's 6'4". Like the dude has all the physical
He's only
talent in the
28.
world. And if we're able to play him simply as a linebacker, I really do think that he can be something, man. I'm hoping that he's able to find his best football here in Carolina. I think that we could really use a talent like that, especially with Roseboom out. Like the dude has all the ability to be a sideline to sideline linebacker. I'm not making that up. He was that at Clemson, but they also used him a bunch everywhere else, and they also blitzed him off the edge a ton too. And for a team right now that's bottom of the NFL in sacks, bro, get creative. Do whatever you need to do to get into the backfield, man. Get after Matthew Stafford.
He could be your
So, Cody,
Lulu if they let him develop. That's the problem with him is that nobody has put him in a spot and let him develop.
Yes, that is the truth. Go ahead, Christian.
Wasn't there a report? I don't know, man. I don't follow Clemson Tigers as well as you do, but wasn't there some report that he said that he felt that he wasn't he was always being used all over the place? Maybe
I
that's
believe
why-
he said that when he went with the Packers, that he never really got to master one position because they kept on wanting to move him around so much. And by the way, remember the Arizona Cardinals, they didn't know what to do with Hassan Reddick. And then Hassan Reddick left, and then he became the Hassan Reddick that we know him to be now. I don't know what he's done this year, but he's a really good pass rusher. I think that Simmons has all the talent in the world. If properly utilized, the dude could be a fucking freak asset on your defense. Like the dude, he has what it takes. He just needs to put it all together.
Look at how late it takes a lot of these guys to really blossom in the league.
Yeah.
He's like
Look at
27.
Baker.
I was wrong.
Hey, so
Baker
we
and
know
Darnold are playing their best football later on in their career.
Yeah. And we know Evero doesn't like hybrid guys, so maybe that's what Simmons needs is just an Evero type coach that's going to tell him you play this position and that's it.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
I would put him at linebacker.
I would
put him at linebacker.
I would 100% put him. I would put him alongside Trevor Wallace this coming Sunday, and he might not know a lot of plays, but I would still come. He's not going to have the green dot anyways. Trevor Wallace is going to have the green dot, so he don't have to worry about that. I would just say, hey, that's the guy you need to be covering, or hey, when he needs a blitz or whatever, go after quarterback. That's all I would do.
I know a lot of y'all should be happy about that because I've heard for years, bro, people banging on the table for Isaiah Simmons.
Oh, they wanted to draft him over Derek Brown, right?
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
I was one of the few to defended Derek Brown since day one, before everybody was like,
I was too.
When he had that history making season a couple years ago. was like, I told y'all was sleeping on Derek Brown, man. That guy's a beast.
He could be our Lubu, guys. He could be our Lubu. Just saying.
I agree.
That-
And with Trevor Mooring out, I wouldn't even I would prefer him to be linebacker. I agree with it all, but with Mooring serving the suspension, I wouldn't even mind if they put him at box safety for a bit.
No, I'd have put Ransom. I'd put Ransom in Moore's position because I think it's going to benefit Ransom. I think that's his play style, anyways. Like I legit think Ransom would play way better back in the box. Having him doing the same thing as Moore, that's what I would do. And then of course, Nick Scott's going to be on the opposite side, even though I don't really like that either. But that's what I would do.
I agree with you. I think that Ransom would shine in Moorig's spot while he's out.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to come up and smack people in the mouth, yeah.
Yep. Well, he did an Ohio State.
Hit him in the nuts,
No,
we're
not saying.
No, we can't be getting suspended. Man.
We got too many. We don't need to continue that trend right now.
Whatever's going to get us
shooting our own
pressure to
selves
the
in the foot
quarterback.
when Tampa's like, here's the division.
But guys, what would make you want to hit another grown man in the balls?
Hey, he had to say some. He must have said some
You got to
serious
disrespect
shit.
the fuck out of
Yeah,
somebody.
he had to say some travesty shit that nobody heard. He had to have.
I want to bring that up too because I mean, I think obviously the game suspension was deserved, but at the same time, I was like thinking to myself when I heard about that, I was like, dang, like I felt, to me personally, I felt like the Jamar Chase thing was worse than that. But that's just me. I think Jamar Chase should have got. I think that should have got at least 2 or 3 games, and then this a game. Me personally.
You get hit in the balls, you might think about it.
As a person, I agree with you, Alex, but as someone who owns him on fantasy, I vehemently disagree.
I'll be honest with y'all. I think I'd rather get spit on than hitting the balls any given Sunday.
That's funny. Some people, I feel like it's like a 50-50 thing when I ask people that, because it's like,
I don't know, man. As men, do we not all feel like being hit in the nuts is a sign of disrespect?
Hey, bro,
but also
the pain.
You gotta at least punch me in the face first.
Bro, if ever you slap someone or spit in another man's face, bro, in Western movies, you had to fight a duel to the death after some shit like that.
Yeah, you would die.
Yeah. Like that.
I don't know where your mouth done been.
Yeah, that's punishable.
But in my personal opinion, I think hitting somebody in the if I mean, I don't know.
They're both nasty.
They're both nasty.
They're both. I don't know anybody that caught COVID for getting hit in the nuts. I'm just saying.
No, that's the truth. But also, man,
I don't know. What if you have like an open sore or something on your hand and just go up there?
But bro, being punched in the nuts is also such a bitch move because you're not trying to fight. You're not really trying to fight. You're trying to drop them. It's like without even having to throw hands.
Hey, can you imagine if you kick somebody in the nuts though? It's like one of them Asian guys though, they don't feel up, like they're like trained to do that shit. You know what I'm talking about, Cody? Cody, you know you're just staring at them
they take a 2x4 and just bash themselves in the nuts over and over.
I will say though, it's not out of the realm of possibility that Juwan Jennings said some really disrespectful stuff.
He had to.
You remember? Janoris Jenkins was saying all kind of crazy stuff about Steve Smith's wife, and Steve Smith was not having it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't see Smitty punching anyone in the balls. He's going to get up in their face.
No, he's throwing hands to his face with the helmet on regardless.
Dan Floyd said the peanut punch.
Yeah, but that's just how Smitty is. He's going to fight everybody like a man.
Peanut punch. Yeah. Like I said,
peanut punch. Executed poorly, but
just listen to like Trevon Moreg's interviews and shit. Like he don't seem like he had to say something to him. He's not going to do some shit like that without him not saying nothing or doing something to him. Like something seriously had to happen during that game or said to him during that game. He's not just going to do that out of the wind, out of the blue.
Yeah. Hey man, shout out to RC Graveyard with the $10 love bomb. Appreciate you, bro. Says we need our next Jay DeLome. I think Gunnar Stockton is the closest to him in looks and play. He's a fourth quarter comeback kid. Currently valued as a possible 3rd to 4th grade low value risk. It'll be interesting, man. I don't really know who these, it's too early for me to fully evaluate all the quarterbacks. Everyone has their favorite, right? I know Jake likes Mendoza. I know Christian likes Aller, Maybe if they're available in some of the Pop liked Aller at one point too.
Oh, I did. Oh, I did
Allen.
too.
I'll
I like.
take Allen in the third. I'll take Allen in the third because
He
you know
might
he
even
tore
go
his ACL,
later
so
than
he's gonna
that.
drop. Yeah, he's gonna.
He,
Yeah, I mean,
he
he's
might
gonna
even
be.
go
I'll
later than
take.
that because of the injury.
Yeah, I'll take him. But I definitely want a quarterback within the first 3 picks.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you have to put someone else in the room to push Bryce besides Andy fucking Dalton.
Damn,
I
Chris
don't care if he
You
Coleman.
push
have
Bryce,
to at this
kick Bryce.
point.
He ain't got to do anything to Bryce. Just come out here
I
and
don't
ball.
even think Bryce is necessarily a bad quarterback. I really think that his height does hinder him because you could tell. Like I've seen plays this year where a receiver's wide open. It's like Bryce can't see it.
Well, how many throw? And look, I said this. Like I understand he can't help his height, just like I can't. I mean, the dude's taller than me, but I'm not a quarterback at the same time. How many times have you saw him throw a ball this year where he's out of the pocket and he jumps up off both his feet and throws the ball? I've seen him plenty of times this year, man.
Yeah,
It is his
that's
height does have a
annoying.
problem.
It's annoying.
His height, I should say this, his height does limit his play. It just does. I mean, that's
And
fact.
bro, even when he has a clean pocket, if y'all notice, Bryce never has his back foot firmly planted when he's throwing the football. Like he's always on his tippy toes, man. It's like I feel like
Cam
that's how he's
Cam was
learned to
like that a lot
generate
too.
power.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
throwing his back foot all the time.
But
But his
Cam
height,
Cam also had
strong
the
yeah,
arm.
enough to pull it off.
Cam had the arm to just
man had a cannon.
muscle the football to where it needed to go.
So
Yeah.
here's
You
the
didn't have to
question:
worry
Bryce
about.
doesn't have that. Go ahead,
You have
Chris.
to
Yeah.
Do
rely
you
on mechanics if you don't have the strength for that.
do
Right.
you think that they would have the balls, the cojones, to take a kid in the first round?
I
Yes.
think it depends on who. If a quarterback slides, if one
If
of
No,
them,
Dan Morgan
let's say
thinks
someone
Pepper's
does.
about to fire him, yes.
yeah. Oh,
Yes.
if one of them top 3 quarterbacks that I'm thinking of off the top of my head slides to him, depending on how we finish this year out, I think they would take that chance. I think they would.
I think if the conversation is had, like you said, your job depends on
Hmm.
blase, blase, blase. I think also we have been accustomed to, we've seen it multiple times, Dan Morgan and Canales falling in love with people just off a pure conversation. Um, yeah, I think if he gets the green light, I think he will take one at 16. Now that would shock the hell out of Carolina Panthers fans for sure. But do we get the balls? Yeah, I think they do. Will
Dan
they do
Morgan
it?
does.
I don't know.
I know
I don't
Dan
think
Morgan
they
Me,
do
does.
to
it.
me, it just depends on if they love a guy
Hmm.
at that position. Go ahead, Alex. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, yeah, no. I also think it just depends on how the season plays out too.
Yep.
Because I mean, like we still 6-6.
Half a
We're in
game
week.
behind.
We're a half game behind. I mean, there's a lot of things that could happen. I mean, literally, I know Baker's playing this week, but literally this week we were thinking to ourselves, man, if Baker's out for a certain amount of time, that's another opportunity for us. So I mean, you just never know going week
They
to week.
psyched you on that one.
And
What's that?
well, this could be a bad thing. Look, like this has psyched us out. Like it didn't really psych us out. I think he is playing because he has to play in his mind or whatever. I don't think he needs to play, but he's gonna play regardless. And ultimately, it could set him back, man. Like his shoulder, he's legit hurt. Like that's not no okay. It's just a bruise shit. It's more than that, and it could get worse depending on how that game goes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
I
yeah.
don't think it was his throwing shoulder, was it?
No, it's
No,
his
It's
other
his left
and
shoulder.
arm.
Novocaine is a hell of a drug.
It was his left arm. But if you see that he got hurt initially, went back out there, made it worse. Like he pulled it more. Like he legit went back in the game after he hurt it initially, and it just made it worse. So I don't know, and I still don't know 100% what the actual injury the
Designation.
yeah, what they actually said that his injury was for his shoulder.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
just
know.
It's the same shoulder he had surgery on
Oh, that's
previously.
even worse then. If
But
it's the same, oh shit, I didn't know that.
but I know one thing. Baker's built different.
Oh, he is. Oh, he's
Nothing's
tough as shit.
nothing's gonna stop him. There's gonna be plenty of
No,
opioids and Novocaine shot in that man's shoulder. He'll be all right.
get
yeah.
that same shit that Peyton Manning got put in his neck. He'll be back out there.
Who do they play this week?
Not his neck.
They play the Cardinals.
Hey, it don't have to be the neck. Put it in his shoulder. It'll be the same shit. That's that damn mystery serum. You don't know what it is.
And they got Teddy Bridgewater as the backup. I don't know, man. But also, if you remember the year after the Browns went to the playoffs, that was the year he hurt his non-throwing shoulder, and he damn near ended his career playing with that shit.
Well,
Same thing with Carson Wentz this year.
You just alluded to it. Like Jacoby Brissett's an upgrade for the Arizona Cardinals. It's not a downgrade if they went with him. He is a legit upgrade over Kyler Murray. He just is.
Yeah, and I mean these. How great would it? I mean, I know it's crazy to think, but sometimes I like to be optimistic and think on the other side too. We could be in a really good position after this week. It could happen. Like I said, any given Sunday, dude, we win. Let's just say we beat the Rams, the Cardinals win, and we go into the bye week, and then we play the Saints. I know we lost to the Saints last time, but I mean that's not bad. That's not bad.
How many people in here, including me, because I was one of them, like when we beat the Packers, like I was like, that's a signature win. That to me, they was literally the winner. They was leading the MC at the time. If you want a signature win, if you win this Sunday, I don't care how we do it, even if it's an ugly game. That is a signature win. It is.
Yeah. And it does show that you always have to question what Panthers show up, because we could be the Panthers of the Saints and the fucking 49ers, or we could be the team that beat the Packers and potentially the Rams.
I think we've had 5.
They remind me a lot of the Cardiac Cat Panthers, where they hang around in games they have no business in.
Yeah,
I think the sweet spot that was signature. The Green Bay win that was a signature win, and the Green Bay game that was a signature win. I think that's for signature.
But then
that we got.
We go out there and lose winnable games.
We do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just makes no sense to me. But I mean, listen, if we could play ball control offense, keep the ball out of Matthew Stafford's hands, out of Devontae Adams' hands, to me, that's how you win. And hearing all the criticisms of why they didn't run the ball more, and basically we didn't even mention that Dave Canales owned up to the fact that they should have ran the ball more. Apparently, he even talked with Rico Dowdle about it too. So I imagine they're going to be looking to run the football.
Of course they are. That would make sense. They run. They after a bad loss or after a loss where Canales and people feel they should have run the ball more. Canales always runs the ball more. He always does, and there's no doubt in my mind he'll try or he'll run the ball a lot more.
If Rico manages to go off again and we win, then they're going to go back to trying to throw the ball.
Right, exactly. And then Canales is going to come out, and if we lose because they don't pass enough, Canales is going to come out and apologize because he didn't pass the ball enough.
I think
he's done that. He's done that
all year long
this year.
I'm about to say he's done it all year long.
He'll apologize and say it's my fault. I need to do a better job at this. And
I appreciate it. I appreciate him doing that.
Right back. Well, I mean,
I think
I know, but it's like how many times are you going to say? It's like, I'm sorry, and maybe I'm too old, but it's like a child. How many times are you going to hear the word "I'm sorry, Daddy, I didn't mean to hit her," before you realize, yes, he did too. You know, that's not bullshit. Yeah, exactly. I feel like you get. I feel like Canales is bullshitting me. That's what I feel like. But I know he's not. I know he really means it. But bottom line is, talk's cheap. And right now, I've heard the talks to talk, and I need to see the walks to walk. You know how I know Bryce Young is cooked. Yeah, well, I'm fine. I agree. Bryce Young is cooked. Bryce Young is not even a qualified backup quarterback in my opinion.
He's cooked. If the quarterback for the Patriots goes to the playoffs, Chicago just won tonight from their quarterback who got drafted. These are guys that got drafted after Bryce.
Right.
He's cooked.
Right. Well,
He's
th-
cooked.
But also their
DJ
coaches.
Stroud has
Bob,
been to
Bob,
that-
DJ Stroud has been to the playoffs twice.
their
that-
coaches are better though
Low
too.
Nitz.
what
Their
that,
Low Nitz
coaches
that
are
goes
adjusted
better.
at the
back.
Bryce. He's
That
cooked
goes
going to the
back
playoffs.
to the conversation. That goes back to the conversation that every time I start to have this conversation, nobody wants to have it. Everybody wants to change your mind.
I have
Jake's
it
up
with
here
you.
laughing because he knows it's the truth.
Yeah,
The
I
conversation is
agree.
the conversation is we should have never traded up.
No,
We did, our team was not good enough to
Yeah,
trade up.
that's obvious at
we
this
wasn't
point.
ready.
And when you and to be bluntly honest, and I hate the guy myself, but you have to ask how many people really wanted to trade up to the first pick.
But how about this,
When
Pickle?
the team started talking about trading up, it was trading up to the
I
third
feel we're
spot
Pickle,
dumb
to
ass.
take the leftover quarterback.
to add insult to injury. If we would have stayed where we were in 2023, we could have had Jalen Carter, put him next to Derek Brown, and the next year, all of the quarterbacks of the 2024 draft class are looking
Drake
fucking
May,
fire.
Taylor Williams,
Dude,
Jay
But you
Daniels.
don't
They're
know.
all looking
But
good right
I
now.
agree with what
Jake,
Pickle's about to say.
I
You don't know
even
if
get to
you
that.
drafted Jalen Carter, if the
You don't know
record
how
would have
far.
differed.
How you
I
don't
agree,
know.
and I agree
I
to
mean,
that.
you don't know. For example, if we would have kept Sam for one more year, hypothetical, or going to a different direction at quarterback, you truly don't know, and you still had DJ Moore on your roster. You had all them picks from trading C-Mac that you filled up through the draft. You don't know that you might not have been drafted pick 32 or 33 or
But here's the deal.
or 34.
The part
You
of
really
the
don't
reason,
know.
part
And
of the reason why
all
we
them good
drafted,
quarterbacks may have been gone before you got there.
right?
So-
But part of the reason why we got rid of Christian McCaffrey was to have ammunition to make a trade to go up for one of those quarterbacks.
I don't believe that shit.
Just like
I don't. I know.
One of the picks that
I know
went to
everybody
the Bears
agreed with.
was the
I
pick for
don't. I
McCaffrey.
think they always. I don't think they wanted C-Mac on his roster. Period.
I
don't think he fit.
can
I think he was injured too much. They didn't feel that he wanted to be here, and they just wanted him out of here. So
I disagree. I
I
feel they wanted
I believe
ammunition.
they would have
the change
traded C-Mac anyway.
to kind of change the conversation just a little bit. I think we can all agree on this panel, every single one of us. I don't care if somebody's about to join in. I think we can all agree that as much as we've been criticizing Bryce Young tonight, that it says a lot about how the team feels about Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton's gone after this year, y'all. We can all agree to that. That man is gone.
Leave that comment
Well,
up,
let's
Cody.
go
I
ahead
know
and
you
run
said
the
everybody on
last
this
one out.
panel was going to agree, but I don't think he's going
But
anywhere.
hey, but let me
He
just say,
is gone.
let me
I
say
will,
one
hey,
more.
I will put my house on it. He is gone.
Hold on, let me say,
Don't
let
put
me
your house
one-
on it, because
me
if
say
you get
one
rid of
thing.
him, the only thing you're going
Let-
to get is $200,000.
let me say
It
one
don't
thing.
mean
though.
dog shit.
You know who should have been. You know who should have been the quarterback of the
He
2023
ain't threatening
season?
nobody. He ain't a quality backup.
Matt Corral.
Oh God, here we go.
Yeah, take that. Take
Matt
that.
fucking Corral.
See, there you go.
And by the way,
yourself-
guess what?
Cody,
Look,
Hit
this is
yourself with
why.
that chain.
Cody, this is why so many people give you shit on X, bro. Stop it with your.
Matt
Yeah.
Now, see,
fucking Corral.
Just because
He's
you're using the
you know
same
what?
air
around the
conditioner does not
UFL,
mean he
man.
needs to be the
man-
quarterback.
Where's
He's
he
bouncing
playing
around
right
the
now?
UFL.
He's in
You know
Florida
what?
right
You know
now.
what?
He
That's the
plays.
point.
He plays
That's
at
the
the
point.
ABC store.
That's the point. We would have been in all we had to do was give him a
That
chance.
man,
And then if it was terrible, we would have been in a perfect position to draft a quarterback in 2024.
that man is playing for 20.
Drop the rock on y'all motherfuckers. What's up?
You dropped the rock on yourself. You dropped the rock on yourself. How does that
Nah,
feel?
son.
He did drop the.
Stop that shit on y'all.
I was
What's
about to
up?
say,
They
who
hit
was
with a
talking?
boulder.
Oh my God.
I think Matt Corral was under that boulder. They just
Yeah,
dropped.
he committed suicide.
I'm
That's what all
telling,
that
hey,
was.
I'm telling you right now, I would take anybody in this panel right now as a backup quarterback over Andy Dalton right now. I'm sorry, but that dude is cooked.
Even Matt Corral?
Yeah, I'll take Matt Corral at this point.
Yeah,
Like
there
the
you
fall,
go.
Somebody earlier.
look, it's obvious the fall off, and I don't want to hear that he's been injured because of a thumb. He had a thumb injury last year, supposedly, that kept him out. The problem is that the fall off from last year when he played against the fucking Raiders or whenever it was to this year, it's night and day. Like he's cooked. Y'all talking about Bryce Young cooked? Andy Dalton is below that. He is in
told
a
somebody
garbage.
earlier.
He is in a landfill right now.
Zoom in on me, Cody. I'm gonna tell y'all something.
Do I have to?
This
Oh,
week we
boy.
done having this conversation.
Oh boy.
Andy Dalton. You know what? Last year, Andy Dalton was removed because he got hurt. No, he didn't. He just sucked out the ass, and everybody realized he's too damn old to play football. So what the intelligent level is, they couldn't find nobody else to be the fucking backup, so they'll repay Andy to come in here and fuck it up. Why? They wasn't going to need a good backup quarterback. Why? Because Bryce was going to take you to the promised land. He did it we almost beat Kansas City. We almost beat the Eagles. They wasn't playing less. We almost beat him. So therefore, we didn't need a good backup quarterback. Andy Dalton is below trash. He is. You can't watch him and not think different to me. I don't understand the concept. And now is it going to cost? It's not going to save you anything.
I don't care.
No, it's not. It's just a point matter of, dude, you're too old to play football.
I have two
He
questions.
looks a lot
One,
like Ben
Pickle, are you
Roethlisberger
underneath
did.
the Christmas tree right now?
No,
He's
that is
underneath
just
the
a
mistletoe. He's underneath
Oh,
the
okay.
mistletoe.
Oh, that's that mistletoe. Someone give him a kiss.
Let's call Christian
Andy
Wilkins.
Dalton.
Christian Wilson. Look
Yeah,
at it.
Christian Wilkins.
Second question: would y'all be against a baby hands Kenny Pickett coming here?
It would be an upgrade of Randy Dalton.
No.
It'd be an upgrade of Randy Dalton. I don't mind.
It would be. Listen.
Nope.
I tell you what. We had this
baby
conversation
hands.
earlier. We had this conversation earlier. Y'all realize when Dave Canales, the resurrector of quarterbacks, he ain't a quarterback guru. He's a resurrector of failed quarterbacks. He's never developed a rookie quarterback. He said it himself when we brought in at the end of this season, when we brought in a quarterback to the practice squad. He likes veteran quarterbacks because they already know what they're looking at. Most of them. He doesn't have to worry about them figuring out what's the difference between a zone concept.
They know how to read a playbook.
And that they know how to read a playbook. He said it himself. Quotes, he said it. So this concept of bringing in rookie quarterback is purely a fan's desire. Because I'm telling you, his version of quarterbacks that's going to be available in free agency, y'all won't like. Or I don't think you will.
I think people forget, too, out of the two best quarterbacks we've ever had, Jake Delhomme and Cam.
Exactly.
One of them was drafted. Jake was drafted.
Exactly. You're talking now. I'm going to skip now. When Geno Smith was signed to Seattle, he was 28 years old. When he became a starter, he was 31. Now, Zach Wilson is 27 years old. He's a free agent. Kenny Pickett is 28. He's a free agent. Mitch Trubisky is 32. He's a free agent. Trey Lance is 26. He's a free agent.
I'll take Trey Lance.
Yeah, I always say that name wrong. Michael Williams, McKay Williams is 27. He's a free agent.
You
you
mean Malik Willis?
Right. Yeah, yes, he's a free agent. He's 27.
I would love to have Malik Willis here.
Y'all remember Kyle Allen, the replacement?
I don't want to hear no fucking Kyle Allen. Fuck that. Hey, you want to know this? No, listen. In 2023, Willis was actually my number one quarterback of that class.
You're right. I remember that.
Malik Willis.
Oh, yeah. He had a cannon. It still has a cannon.
Gardner Minshew, who is currently the backup for Kansas City, is 30 years old. He's a free agent.
I really don't want none of them.
He's 28.
You said you don't.
29. Tommy DeVito is 28.
I'd take him over Randy Dalton.
26.
Randy Dalton.
He's 30. And Emory Jones.
Hey, boys.
A couple other people. Nobody
knows. Listen.
Listen.
It's trivia time. Y'all ready for trivia? So we all know Bryce Young. He has the passing yard record, and he passed Cam Newton. Do y'all know who number 3 is?
Steve Berline.
Nope.
No.
Chris Winkie. That's what it was.
I don't even.
Chris
I don't even-
Winkie.
Chris.
Chris
didn't even hear
Winkie is
the
number
The
3.
one game Chris Winkie
Who?
ever
Wait a
had.
minute. Was it Chris Winkie or Burline that we drafted, who was already like fucking 28 years old when we
Winkie.
drafted him?
Chris Winkie.
Was it Winkie?
Chris
Like
Winkie.
what the hell?
Do y'all want to guess what that passing yards was? How much that was? How many passing yards did Chris Winkie have?
It's like
I'll give you a hint.
375.
I'll give you a hint. It was against the Giants on
That's
December
flipping the
on
end,
December 10th, 2006.
387 yards.
I'm gonna say 344.
402.
Close.
He passed over
399
400.
yards.
What?
399 yards.
No.
401.
Don't look it up either. No, but
407.
you're getting warmer.
I will. I'll look it
410?
up right now.
425.
407.
Oh, you just overshot it, Christian.
424.
Oh, you just 423
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That sounds
against the
great.
Giants.
Who was this? What stat was that?
Chris
So
Winkie.
yeah, this was the third most passing yards by a Panthers quarterback at 423. It was Chris Winkie, December 10th, 2006 against the Giants.
I'm surprised it's not
And
Burline.
guess what?
I'm
He was
surprised too. I was
trash,
gonna add. I'm surprised Burline didn't have one of them games like that. That's crazy.
That's all
Hey,
they
let me
do.
welcome in Chooks. Chooks back on the free for all. What's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going, man? I had some
Happy,
couple thoughts.
happy
man.
Thanksgiving, man.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
holidays.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, man.
I just have my thoughts. I know
Yeah,
that
come on.
it's been talking online, and people say the Bryce haters, this and that. I just hate the inconsistency of Dave and Bryce.
Same.
If Bryce throws, it's just the inconsistency that bothers me the most. The Panthers are a team where this Rams game is going to be close. Watch it be close. Watch Bryce have a great game, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Close to a funeral.
And then the Saints be bad against the Saints. It's the inconsistency I don't like. It's the inconsistency of Dave and Bryce. You just seen the Bears, who Caleb Williams didn't have a great game, but you know what they did? They ran the football. I don't know why Dave gets away from that in a sense, because that's our formula, that's our DNA. They're just trying the inconsistencies. I'm out on. I'm out on the inconsistencies. Whatever you say, get another quarterback. I get it. Whatever. There's no other quarterback that is going to be. This is the best option for this team right now. It's unfortunate to say so. Those are hard truths, but I'm being realistic. There is no better option I can find now. Maybe you can take a flyer on Trey Lance, Malik Willis, sure, or someone else, fine. But right now, I don't see any better option.
Do
Now
you
on
think
his
that Dave
roster.
do you think Dave Canales needs to be out the door after this year?
I think he needs to. Think he needs to stick on the running game, because firing someone after 2 seasons is kind of malpractice in the sense, and that's what disorganized franchises do. I do not think David Tepper wants to fire him. I don't think he's going to give him a full 3 years. There's no way he's going to do 2 years. Like, you just seen a game with the Bears.
Yeah.
Caleb threw for 100 something yards and 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and had 2 quarterbacks scoring 125.
But we don't have the same.
Well,
We didn't have the same equity that the Bears received like they
No.
did.
Bears.
No matter-
That's Ben Johnson's first season. What are you talking about?
No matter how we-
before Ben Johnson got there, look at everything
Well-
they acquired from us.
What's our
Well,
record right now,
Canales
y'all?
had only been an
My
offensive
God, that was a
coordinator
seventh
for
round
1
running
year.
The
back. What are you
Bears
talking
are
about?
9-3.
No,
And
what's
David-
our record?
Oh, 6-6.
So we're already better than last year. We're better than the year
Yes.
before that.
Yes,
Canales is not
that's
getting
the
fired this
point.
year. Canales is
I
not
think
getting
that's
fired
a-
this year.
He's
I
not
think
getting
that's a
fired.
good
Going
point, right?
anywhere.
Even if you don't like Dave Canales as a head coach, he has gotten better year after year, which is something that none of the other coaches have done under David Tepper.
You know,
And-
the last
but-
coach
and-
to do it,
Well, I'm not sure.
Ron
but
Ron
Rivera.
Rivera.
Ron Rivera,
Ron
right?
Rivera.
But the thing about
Remote
David
Ron.
Tepper, and Pop mentioned this earlier, now David Tepper has that title on him of, oh, he's just gonna go through coaches like a stripper goes through panties. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just gonna keep on going through them. So now I feel like Tepper knows that. If you were to give up on Dave after his team has gotten better year after year and we're making a push for the
It'd be
playoffs,
ridiculous.
yeah, say what you want is how bad we've been. Right now, we are a half game out of first place. We can win the NFC South and have a home game in the playoffs.
Cody, if I told all y'all would be 6-6, right, y'all would run it before the season started. If I told y'all it would be 6-6, y'all would have run with that. And some people who would have been haters in the chat would say, we're not going to be 6-6. You would have took 6-6 and ran with it. So y'all should be happy.
Yeah. But it's those
well,
six, man. It's those 6 losses
We're
that
not
are
going to
so
be happy.
disappointing.
Unlike Cody,
We really should have 8 wins.
we all did. Well, a lot of us did, anyways. That's in here. Did our record prediction before the season. Cody said 4 or some shit. Okay.
You said
4
4-13, Cody.
I said, I said
and
4
my
13.
record
I'm not
prediction
wrong.
was 8-9, which could possibly
By the
still
way,
happen.
you call that the reverse jinx. You're
I
welcome.
said 7 to 10 wins before the season.
I said
I said
this is
7.
the reason. This is the reason that Twan and me both don't like to give predictions anymore, because when you're wrong, people want to drag it out.
I'll be wrong and proud about it. I don't even give a fuck.
First off,
You can be wrong and be happy to like. Cody's like he said 4 and what, but I mean we're above that, so I know he's happy. He's not happy that he's wrong. I mean,
I don't
like
give a shit, man.
just like when we criticize a player like that has a bad game, when he has a stellar game in the next game, we're not criticizing that we're fucking wrong or mad that we're wrong. It's our team. That's how you're supposed as a good fan. That's how you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be happy even when you're wrong about a certain player because it benefits
Cody,
the team.
here's the thing, Cody. Like your argument about Bryce, good kid, bad QB, I can even make a better argument for you. He's inconsistent. You can't be inconsistent in the NFL. You just can't. You can't be great. One of the best quarterbacks ever against Atlanta, but be horrible and throw a interception on the goal line on 1st and goal. It's not even 4th down. It's not even 4th down. It's not even 3rd. It's the 1st and goal. You cannot throw an interception.
But this is why. Okay, there's a part of me that loves to piss off people on Twitter. I'll own that. But
own that. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't lie. I know you are.
What I will also say is this though, and I said this earlier in the show to Alex. Pop mentioned a bunch of the things that he is not doing well. He's not on time. He has a hard time seeing the field, and he has some of the physical limitations. However, when he was drafted, he was supposed to be the game manager, the point guard, made right decisions, didn't turn the ball over. If Bryce Young was that type of quarterback, I could stomach the lack of physical talent, but he isn't that. He does turn the ball over. He does make boneheaded throws for interceptions. He doesn't read the field well. He stayed locked on to his first read in his progressions. All of these things on top of the physical limitations. I'm like, bro, he is a good person. I'm sure he's a swell guy.
But he's supposed to be the smartest quarterback in the room. He's not.
That's why I say good kid, bad QB. He's not a quarterback that you want leading your football team.
And I'll admit this. Let me say this. We were so that he was the smartest QB in the room. He is not. He is not the smartest QB in the league. No.
Welcome to. Here's your ticket. Thank you. You finally got on board.
And they sold to us that he was the best at reacting when a play broke down.
Right.
And what we've seen here, when a play breaks down, he panics.
And me and Pac have been going back and forth after that interception. I can't. That's inexcusable. That's inexcusable.
You're right as far as the interception goes. Like I do blame that on Bryce. But I also, that first one. I mean, that shouldn't have been thrown in that coverage for sure. It should have been thrown away, or he should have ran it to the pylon. But then at the same time too, I don't like that Canales got cute with the play action pass on the one. Just pound the rock with Rico. You're getting 6 yards on average. Just pound the rock.
Or at least let Bryce. If you're Bryce, you got to tuck the ball and run for the pylon.
Even if you don't get it.
The first interception was definitely on Bryce Young. The second one wasn't, because for the simple fact that should have not that plane should have been blown dead when that dude held back Nalo, literally grabbed his arm in that play, pulled him back as a safety got the interception. That should have been. The referees were blind on that play. But regardless, I know Pickle wants to bring up a topic too after you go.
Two things with T-Mac that's troubling with me. No one is ever calling a defensive pass interference on him. One, he kind of is, maybe I'm wrong, he's kind of giving me some Kevin Benjamin flashes.
Oh, no.
No.
When he drops the ball. That one drop in San Francisco was bad.
Who is
T-Mac.
Nalo.
You didn't bring that up when Xavier Legette dropped all them balls. So don't start it when the T-Mac starts.
No, I didn't do that because
exactly.
Kevin
So
Benjamin is way better than XL.
Okay, then. I know Kevin Benjamin is not better than XL. Calvin Benjamin was a fat ass slob who couldn't keep his mouth off the
Bojangles.
Hey,
so Pickle a fat slob is to 1,000 yards.
Hey, listen, that first year.
Everybody was watching him was rookie year.
Yeah, I know, but that first year, we all thought that he was the number one, and most of the Panthers fans.
All right, hold on. Let me ask Pickle a question.
When KB went down in the preseason of 2015, we were devastated. We thought that we lost a 1,000-yard receiver, and that was going to be another breakout year.
Cody, let me ask Pickle a question, please. I'm sorry. Let me ask a question. Pickle. So after his first season, when he scored 1,000, when he had 1,000 yards, you did not think he was the number one receiver?
No.
He had 950 next year.
If you let me finish, I'll tell you. Because in his 1,000-yard receiver, he should have been. He was targeted more than anybody else, and there was nobody else came through the ball to.
Greg Olsen.
So
besides Greg Olsen.
But even Greg's yardage went down when Calvin was there, because every ball was focused. The offensive coordinator had every ball going to Calvin Benjamin. The only reason why Greg actually got the ball was because either Calvin was outside that play or he was double or triple covered sometimes.
Oh, Greg.
So basically, Cam made him.
Greg was just that. Greg was the afterthought.
Greg Olsen was Cam's real number one wide receiver.
A lot of us forget too that Kelvin Benjamin wasn't all sunshines and rainbows either, because I mean he had his drops as well. Maybe not as many, but he did have drops his rookie year. He did. And then after he left, that whole debacle where he was with
go back and look at it,
and
he had so many balls through him. It would have been impossible for him not to get 1,000 yards.
He was a bitch for that.
I will tell you this right now.
And he begged for us.
The main difference between Kelvin Benjamin and Nalo, I know it's early.
Go ahead.
It's Nalo's rookie year, and I get that. But comparing what I've seen so far, Nalo is way more accountable. The biggest criticism that Nalo has right now is himself. Like, they've asked him in his interviews, like, how do you feel in this season? He's like, I'm not happy about it. He said, if I was to grade my season so far, it's like a C+. I mean, and to me, I have it above a C+. I have at least a B+. If not, that's where I got. He's had his drops, but my thing is like, he's not a diva. You know, like how many number one wide receivers do you see across the league that is a diva? That, you know, if they don't get enough targets, they get mad. They go to X, or they go to in the locker room. They're complaining about, hey, I didn't get enough targets. So I can tell you one right now that they've talked about this whole entire year, and that's AJ Brown for the Eagles. Like, he is fucking pissed that he's not getting enough targets with the Eagles. Rightfully so in a way, but at the same time, you can't. Kelvin Benjamin's attitude.
He did just have a good game last week, though.
Well, my thing is the attitude that he has to the game itself is night and day. Like, they don't have the same attitude. They are polar opposites to the way they handle football. If you compare Nalo and Kelvin Benjamin, you can't when it comes to attitude. They're totally different people.
No, attitude. No. I know.
Now, let me explain. Every time I hear the name Calvin Benjamin, I'm going to tell you what I think. I'm going to think of the lie of the 2014 draft. The lie that the coaches, receiver coaches, offensive coordinator, and head coach told Devontae Adams what they were going to do. And then the general manager, Gettleman, said, fuck all of you. We're not taking Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
Say should have.
We're taking Calvin Benjamin. Calvin Benjamin ain't played in the NFL since when? Devontae Adams?
Hey,
Still in the league.
hey.
Well, yeah, that
Real
I mean that was a
Panthers
mistake,
fans
but
know.
Could you
How many
imagine
mistakes?
if
How many
Cam
mistakes
Newton
We
did I
had
make?
win the Super
Devontae
Bowl.
Y'all
Adams?
just
We
didn't
win
hear
the
me.
Super Bowl. We
Yeah,
win
Real
the
I
Super
mean,
Panthers
Bowl.
fans know the
I don't
only
care
good
how
thing
bad
Dave
our offensive
Gettleman
line
did was
was.
Christian McCaffrey.
but
In,
we got to
2016, in the draft, David Gettleman selected Vernon Butler. If he would have listened to the
Horrible.
coaches and
Bad
selected
pick.
Derrick Henry,
Mm.
Cam Newton would probably still be playing in the league because he wouldn't have to worry about taking all that fucking punishment.
Who,
I
wait a
can
minute,
keep on going all night, boys.
who was our GM when we made that Vernon Butler pick? Who was our?
That Derrick Henry
Dave
went
Gettleman.
first.
David Gettleman.
I would look.
That's always a David or a Dave in
At
Carolina.
that
David
time, I
Gettleman.
would have slapped the utter shit out of him. Who takes a defensive tackle out of Texas Tech? Or not even Texas. It wasn't Texas Tech. It was Louisiana Tech. My bad. Same difference. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Who the hell takes a defensive tackle?
And you know
out
what
of
was so
Louisiana
stupid
Tech?
about that, Jake? You know why he drafted that guy? Was because at the time, if you remember,
He like
we
hog
had-
molly.
we hadn't
That was his
signed.
whole thing.
Remember, we hadn't signed
there's a
K1
reason.
Short. Hold on, we hadn't signed K1 Short yet,
Yeah.
and we didn't know if we were going to sign him. He wanted an insurance policy on the
Right.
chance that we didn't
Just in
sign
case.
KK Short.
I hate
Yes.
this conversation.
Gettleman
going down
played
the
I
road.
hardball.
know,
Yeah.
man.
We've had so many piss poor.
Bro,
that's
one
what
night, either on the Tuesday show or on the free for all, I need to do a list of like the top 5 could have beens in Panthers
they
history.
don't.
No,
Yes,
you
I
don't.
do.
Whoa,
No,
yes,
you
I
don't.
do.
Cody,
Yes,
Look,
I
I
do.
went. Hey, look,
We'll be
hey,
here all
Cody, I
night.
went down that route. There, you don't understand how many drafts that we've had since '95 where we
Right,
made
let's-
picks.
let's-
And in very
wait a minute.
next year, they wasn't
well,
even on a roster
that means-
after
well,
1 year.
Well,
Let me
hold on,
let me
Cody.
let me
If you
let
know
me
the
let me
history of the
let me name one guy, and I want everybody's opinion, and it's going to hurt. we one day, quarterback kept sliding in the draft. We decided we wasn't going to take him. Our head coach John Fox called him
Don't
up,
do it.
told
Don't
him
do it.
you're going to be you're going to be a great player.
Nope.
You're going to be a great player, a very good quarterback. I know I'm going to have to put you on the bench for a couple years, and you deserve better. So we're going to take Thomas Davis instead. But Aaron Rodgers, you go have yourself a nice career.
No,
Which one would you
bad.
took
No.
today?
Thomas
Thomas
Davis.
Davis or Aaron
Thomas
Rodgers?
Davis.
I
Thomas
love.
Davis.
No,
Thomas
no, I'm
Davis.
sorry.
Thomas Davis.
I'm
Thomas
sorry. I
Davis.
love Thomas Davis to death, and like his
Nah.
Thomas
interactions.
Davis is not a Hall of Famer.
I'm taking Aaron Rodgers, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I just
Thomas Davis is not a
I
Hall of Famer.
understand, but I don't care. I don't care, man. Like he's a
I don't
Packer.
care.
Whatever.
Justin, what do you think? Who would you have took?
Just like Cody don't care about the points where he's wrong about his draft picks, like Matt Corral.
Exactly.
Fuck Matt Corral.
John
Yeah.
Fox wouldn't have known what to do with Aaron Rodgers.
That's what I'm saying.
You're right. He would have
There's
been on
no
the bench.
guarantee that
for
we
a
would have
couple
even
years,
been
at least.
good.
Just like Green Bay, he was on the bench. It ain't no difference. Like he was on the
Right.
bench for Green Bay behind Brett Favre. It wouldn't have been
John
a big
Fox
deal.
And
was
the
the
only
most
reason why he got to
stubborn-
start is because Green Bay supposedly Green Bay supposedly did the unthinkable and told their Hall of Fame franchise quarterback to take a walk.
Now, if you know the history of the Carolina Panthers, we are the most successful when it comes to first round picks.
First round picks were great, usually, except Vernon Butler.
But you know what? And I'm gonna add another. You know what's really pisses me off? To understand the success that
Please
Marty
don't bring up
Hurney
the
had.
Justin Herbert story. Damn.
Oh, I'm going right there. The success that Marty Hurney had with drafting first round picks. Everybody knows he's excellent at that. When you take a guy in the first round,
Bring
he's
him in
a
the room.
superstar,
Just the first
epic
round.
high. already had the trade agreed to.
I mean, Marty Herney did draft
Matt Moore
Newton and
said
Luke
nope.
Cooper.
Matt Moore said, I want to. I like Bridgewater, and we're going to let him have the show.
And you know what? To add insult to injury, Justin Herbert. You know who he would have had? He would have had Christian McCaffrey and DJ Moore
And he would have learned
Robbie
behind Cam
Anderson.
Newton.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He could have let Cam.
If we wouldn't have cut Cam, he would have learned behind Cam Newton. For
right, you could have let Cam play out that year, and then if it didn't work out, or if Cam went in the tank, you would have had Herbert sitting right there.
But you would have had the respect of Cam Newton because he would have understand what you're doing, and you would have allowed him to go out his final year in respect.
And it would have been a lot. Yeah, it would have been a lot better, like mutual decision of a parting. Like,
but this
By the way, one more thing before I introduce my man Kyle. Another thing, Cam Newton was unselfish. He had no problem being a good mentor to the younger quarterback. He did that with Taylor Heineke. He did that with Matt Jones up in New England. He had no problem being a mentor. So that would have been perfect for Jay Herb. But anyway, bro, let me welcome in my brother, Kyle, back on the free-for-all. Kyle, what's up, dude?
Man, chilling. Glad I caught the show. We had a crazy night, and just on my way home, man, trying to beat this cold.
I hear you, man. Dude, that weather drop in Carolinas is not fun, dude.
Bro, this ocean breeze dropped it to like 52 degrees. It's insane.
It's so stupid.
It's all across the states. It's not even Carolina. Like, it's like 40-something degrees or 50-something degrees in Texas right now. It's all over the place.
Ugh.
They're calling for snow next week here. Cody, you might be in it too.
Kyle, my friend, when do we bench DJ Wanham?
Ooh, when do we bench him?
Why? Well, yes, he hasn't produced nothing. He doesn't do nothing. He is 11th on our team in tackles, but Princely is not far behind that. And Princely's had 1.5 sacks while being a backup.
Well, Princely is still carving out a role in like as a rotational pass rusher and on special teams. I've seen him do a lot of good work on special teams. So I would think that this is Wanham's last year. They're gonna go ahead and ship him out. They're gonna use his body up, and they're gonna save Princely for next year.
Princely and Scourton need to put some muscle on.
So we're stuck with useless Wanham for rest of this year.
I mean, I think so. I mean, he'll probably be penciled as the starter, but we'll have more rotational snaps and more that Princely plays better.
So fans who are complaining because we ain't got enough sacks just need to shut the hell up, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Because we're milking Wanham.
Wanham is not going to be on this team next year anyways because his contract ends. The only
can I interest you in?
What's that?
Yeah, go ahead, Jukes.
I know Pickle's going to bash me for this, but
what
if Julian Love slips down to you?
Julian Love. Who's Julian Love?
I'm sorry, Jeremiah Love.
Who's that? I'm not being rude.
That's the running back from Notre Dame.
Running back in the first round.
I'm not doing that. Hey, he's good.
I'm gonna kick your ass out. Oh my God Almighty! How about I tell you what? On Madden, I turned on my new Madden franchise. Don't go there.
What if Rico leaves? Now
Rico is going to leave. Rico is going to leave. Why would
he stay?
Why would he resign? Why exactly right?
The coach won't let him run enough.
Now, why would you resign?
He has to cry and get upset at the coach to run. And Chuba, and even when he's called the starter, he has to split his carries with Chuba.
Well, it's not even that. Like,
why would he stay?
Forget splitting carries.
And then you got Jonathan Brooks hanging out on practice.
We had less than 20 carries collectively.
So basically, running. After this game has told you, after this game, Rico's gone. Rico basically told you he's gone.
after this
Rico's
season.
gone. After this
Yeah,
season, he's gone.
yeah. No, listen, Alex, I'm asking you point blank. If you were Rico, why would you stay?
Yeah,
Because he's had
there's no
other
reason to
offers
stay.
already. He's
That's
already
what I'm
had
saying. Why would you stay?
There's no reason to
because
stay.
he
No
had
reason.
other offers.
Hey, one at a time.
Hey, Pickle
Go ahead,
speaking
Pop.
facts. Pickle speaking
He's had,
facts.
but
Go
he's
ahead.
Don't
had
Go
get
ahead,
mad,
Pop.
Pickle.
He's
Okay.
had other money offers on the table to
Yeah,
leave, and
I mean,
they've already had this discussion previously. So
I mean,
if
But
he
you know,
if he wants to
Yeah.
leave, he could have left.
he
And I'm
can't
pretty
leave
sure
now.
them offers.
well,
that
Y'all
he
don't,
got,
y'all don't think there's no
right now, but he
hometown
can
love in
after.
that?
I think
There is. I don't know
there,
what Pop is saying though. I think the main reason why he won't sign here because it was home. Like I mean
it's home.
that's basically what I. But the difference between now and when he signed is he is unhappy. This dude has went to
Well,
X and showed with just one emoji, that he was unhappy.
But
right.
he's
And
unhappy with that one
and
game. You're not saying he's
hold on,
unhappy. He's
okay,
unhappy
and I
with the
get that it's
whole
one game. I get that it's
game.
just one game, and they apparently have worked it out. But what I
Right.
am saying though, if Dave Canales, if in Dave Canales' ideal playbook, the running game is secondary. It's not first hand.
Right.
First hand in his playbook is he's passing that motherfucker downfield 20 plus yards every play. That is Dave Canales' ideal scenario play calling. If you look back to when he was with Tampa Bay had a very lackluster rushing offense when he was play calling for
That's a
Tampa
fact
Bay.
too.
That is a fact. Yes, that's why I said that.
Right.
So he does not like running the football. He wants to throw that. Why would Rico resign? Okay, I'll tell you why he would want to resign. He
It
would
saves
want to
it.
resign if he doesn't get a lot of offers. The running back market is the way it's trending right now. It's lackluster. They're not getting paid as much. I could see him resigning. That is the only way I could see him resigning with the Panthers.
But let me pose a question, y'all, and I'll let everyone answer this. Like, how much money are y'all willing to spend on Rico Dowdle, considering we paid Chuba and we didn't trade Chuba?
Right.
You drafted Jonathan Brooks, and look. I know it's like, I know
Well,
it's
we know
like
the Patriots are interested in Chuba.
I know that it's popular.
Yeah.
I know that it's popular to like shit on Chuba Hubbard now, but I really do think he didn't come back healthy. I think he came back too early, and he even admitted as such.
let me answer
this year as he was last year.
I would pay Rico around kind of what
the same thing as Chuba.
No, I would give him Josh Jacobs money. Chuba's contract is set up. Chuba's contract is set up that you're going to free like $8 million if you trade him. So if Rico wants to stay, I would give him that Josh Jacobs type money, but I would also trade Chuba. And I know people are going to say, well, why trade Chuba? Well, because you got Jonathan Brooks. Let me tell you what. At the end of preseason and training camp, Jonathan Brooks or Chuba, one of them ain't going to be around. How's that?
We drafted ETN too, so I mean we have two running backs that we drafted.
You're not.
Well, hold on, one at a time. Go ahead. One at a time.
Who was Jonathan Brooks?
He's that guy we drafted instead of
he's that
guy that we drafted last year instead of a quality guy in the second round.
How many running backs
could have drafted a center?
I'll say
How
this.
many drafted an inside
Wait. Let Christian go. Go ahead, Christian.
Okay. Dude, they were dumb to not feed Rico when Chuba came back. You know, it took him a couple games. They were dumb to not fucking give him the ball versus the 49ers. The only thing that could be dumber is if they don't fucking make a serious effort to re-sign him.
Thank you.
I just think that would be dumb.
I agree.
I'm not saying I'm not disagreeing with you guys. I'm saying
no.
the team would be stupid to let him go to free agency.
Yeah, I'll just say this. Let me say this real quick, and now let y'all go after it. Right now, Rico Dowdle perfectly inhabits who we want to be as a run-first football team. The dude is just as good as any back in the NFL. And I think that if we continue to build this offensive line up, he can be great for us for a long time to come. And he's a Carolina guy. I like when we maintain our own homegrown talent.
To answer y'all's question, we're already fucking stupid. I'll tell you why we're already stupid. Because we're not having even contract. We're not even having contract discussion with them right now. They've already asked him about that. He said we are not having no discussion whatsoever with contract. That is a minus for me. If I want to re-sign him right now, I am talking to him right the fuck now before his contract goes up even more by the end of the season. I'm talking to him right now. We've had.
Jake,
I don't care.
I'm pretty sure they're having those conversations, but the way he's been playing, I wouldn't be having conversations with nobody either. I'm trying to see if I can get 1,000 yards.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the agent.
I am talking.
Yeah,
to
because
the agent right now.
the money he was offered last year from other teams wasn't nowhere near the money he's going to be offered this year. And
He's actually said that there was teams that offered him more than what he took for Carolina. He said that. There was teams that offered him more than what he took for Carolina for the 1-year deal.
He's going to take
He wanted to come home. He wanted to come home and play.
Yeah.
But my
he's
thing
about $7.5 million a year. Like that's where contractually push it to about
he's the play calling for Rico's style though.
Wait, hold on. Wait, go ahead, CPG.
I was saying that was part of the reason he came here, because he wanted to come home. I'm sure you've all noticed it over the years. Anytime there's a NFL player from the Carolinas, they always say they want to play for the Panthers at some point in their career.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you're looking at it from a money perspective, he's somewhere from between $7.5 million for a contract to $8 million.
What was you saying, Kyle?
Which is Cuba money. That's Cuba money.
So
that's more than Cuba.
There's just no way.
But that's a 3-year deal. Give him a 3-year
I
deal.
I feel you. All I'm saying is when you look at the salary cap, all I'm saying is when you look at the salary cap and you see 2 running backs both making $8 million a year, that's not good business. It's in my opinion, it's not good business.
Kyle, I agree to that. But look,
Cuba's not making $8 million a year.
No, he's not. But let me get to this point. How many running backs do we have on our roster every given Sunday this year? We've had 3, right? We've had 3 activated. We've had an ETN, we've had Chuba, and we had Rico. So we're at least going to keep 3 backs on our active roster unless that changes. My thing about it is people keep asking, how can we make 2 running backs that's getting paid pretty good money work? Well, we've done it before. D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Brooks. 2 running backs that both got paid pretty good money that we've had on our active roster, and they were still getting paid.
These guys are not getting paid top 20.
Exactly. That is my point, too.
Bottom tier money.
Running back is exactly right. Running backs are getting paid less now than they was back then. They're running back
paid top 10 running back.
They're not.
They're getting paid like 20, 25.
So the saying that I've seen across X saying that it's not going to work, it can work. And if they're serious about it, they will make it work. Because I think you have to, in this league now, if you look across a lot of great teams, not every team, I'm not saying that. A lot of good teams, they have at least 2 really good backs that they rotate every single game. The Bears, if you look at the Bears right now, they did it today with Swift and that
$48 million deal.
The Lions
signed a $48 million, a 4-year, $48 million deal a couple of years ago with the Packers. He makes on the his cap number is anywhere between 11 to 16 million tops out at the end of the fourth.
But to play devil's advocate at the same time, and I get this, that a lot of people, the reason why they say don't want to sign 2 running backs is because Dave Canales doesn't want to run the football, and I get that. And if Dave Canales does not want to run the football, then why the hell do you want to have that? I get that. And if he wants to be that way, then don't get trade. Look, I got Chuba Hubbard jersey, first jersey I've gotten this year in years. If you don't want to get rid of them. I mean, if you do not truly want to run the football, there's no reason to have 2 top 15 paid backs, because that's just a waste of money if you're not going to run them. Get rid of one of them. Keep only one.
That's the thing that scares me, Jake, is because at the trade deadline, we didn't talk about moving either one of them. There's no contract talks with Rico that's like materializing into anything. So that leads me to believe either A, we're going to try to pay them both, or B, we're going to try and pay Rico and he's going to be like, nah, I think I want a little more. And he's going to leave and we're going to get nothing. So, I mean, like, either one of those situations.
How about this? If Rico
Wait,
balls out
hold
against
on.
the Rams, if Rico rushes for 2 or 3 touchdowns against the Rams, bro, he is the running back for the future for the Panthers. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts. And we're going to have free agent money. It's not like we're in the hole a bunch of cash.
We're not the Saints. We're not the
Cody,
Saints, at least.
If Rico runs for 2 or 3 touchdowns, that's going to be the only touchdowns we get against the Rams.
Well, right. And real quick, I want to say this. Next year, Chuba's base salary is $5.6 million.
That's nothing. That's fucking.
His cap number is listed as $7.5 million.
That still ain't bad.
If we trade him, I'm sorry. His cap number is $9 million. I read the wrong. This year his cap number is 7.5. And now if we trade him, we'll save $5.9 million, but we'll have $3 million in dead cap.
Which is not bad.
And his contract, and so
I mean, too.
Yeah,
that's the thing. If you look at
reality is, if Rico, now one of the reasons why I don't think they entertained offers for Chuba is because Rico hadn't signed here long term yet.
Hey,
because
what would y'all do?
You're not going to lose.
Hey, what would y'all do if the Dallas Cowboys came to you and said, "Here's a 6th-round pick. Give us Jonathan Brooks"?
I would say give us a 4th.
I would.
I might miss the whole year, dude.
I would take
2 years.
They like
2 years.
I would take it
really
for a
2
simple
years.
fact. I would take it for the simple fact that it's a running back that tore the same ACL twice, the same exact one, and he's a mystery right now. You don't know how he's going to respond to that. He can be fantastic.
I'm not taking I'll tell you why. I'm not taking a 6. I'll tell you why.
My worst fear is that he comes back,
Jake and then Kyle,
and we rotate him in, even if it's a 3rd back, and he tears that ACL again. By God, and I'm not wishing that on that man. I was one of the only ones. Christian remembers that. I was one of the only persons that wanted us to take a running back in the 2nd round, and we took him. I was fucking happy as hell that we took him. But a running back that tears the same ACL 3 fucking times, I don't know if you can come back from that, bro. I just don't. He's not Thomas Dave. Thomas and the whole scenario, and I hate that comparison that him and Thomas. That's two different fucking positions. One thing, and not only that, just like how people mentioned in the comments earlier today about Bryce Young being a point guard. Why are you comparing a quarterback in a league to another different, different sport?
I hate that
a
too.
point guard. That is so. I'm not saying idiotic, but that's so weird, and it don't make no sense. I'm sorry, it don't make no sense that you're gonna compare 2 different sports to 2 different positions at that. Anyways, like
I want to throw this out there about the Jonathan Brooks thing. When did we pick him up, guys? Think about when we picked him up. Picked him up what, the 2nd round?
2nd round.
Yep. Second round, 2000.
So let's say you lose Rico, right? You go with Jonathan Brooks. After that 3rd year, he's up for contract. Then he doesn't
After
get
one
it.
more year.
He doesn't get right. Because he's already lost 2 years. After this 3rd year, he's up for contract. You don't know absolutely anything what Jonathan Brooks got to offer, but you know what Rico
That's what I'm saying.
I would trade Jonathan Brooks. You don't know anything what Jonathan Brooks has to offer. And 2
I agree with you, Bob. I do.
You benefit of getting that 6th-round pick for something. You get nothing for Jonathan Brooks. You're taking a hell of a gamble off of somebody who you can pay $7.5 million for the next 3 years, give him $12 million guaranteed, and you're locked in for with your running backs.
And I don't know. Hold on. This might not mean much to y'all, but we drafted Trevor Etienne too. And I think Trevor Etienne.
I like Trevor.
Yeah, I do too. I
like
don't think Trevor's a bad player. I think that he's been decent on special teams too. I think that if he had a bigger role on this offense, he might even look better than he does now. I mean, I have always had the mindset that your running backs go the way your offensive line does. Do y'all remember that one year Miles Sanders had over 1,000 yards with the Philadelphia Eagles? Like, do y'all think Miles Sanders is normally 1,000-yard back? Fuck no. But if you have a damn good offensive line, you can make that shit happen. And I do think that if someone wants Jonathan Brooks, and it means that you got to even out some of the running back room, but also keep a player like Jonathan Brooks, who has basically become our offensive identity this year, I have no problem doing that at all.
To add on what
Jonathan Brooks is getting paid. Have y'all looked to see how much he's getting paid?
I have
too much.
He's on a
too
rookie
much.
deal.
But
but it's still
but it was a second round pick, Christian. So it's still higher than most
right
other
now.
ones.
Right now he's making 1.1 million.
Prorated
bonus 735.
Next
year he makes 1.5 million.
Hold on, Christian, then Kyle. Go ahead.
So if you guys recall, I was pretty pissed about taking a running back in the second round.
Yeah.
But right now I'll say this. Because he's a mystery, he's worth more to me if I'm them than a 6th-round pick. So I would keep the player and not trade for a 6th-round pick. I would keep him because he's a mystery, and then that kind of, if he works out, great. If he doesn't, then what do we lose? A 6th-round fucking pick?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But my point is,
blindfold on.
This is the Cowboys. We should be able to sweet talk them into more than a 6th-round pick.
Right.
Because the Cowboys. They give us a 4th.
I would still keep them.
Lingo.
Like the 6th-round picks that we get, we flush them. Like what? Shaquille Barrett and fucking. Think of the last couple of 6th-round picks that we have. They're not even close to a team.
Shaquille Barrett.
I like
Shaquille Barrett was a 7th-round pick. Kay Mays was a 6th-round pick.
My thing is, we're talking about Dallas is going.
Cromedy was a 6th-round pick.
Dallas is going to offer. Dallas would
I
offer more than a 6th-round pick, anyways. Because if you look at the trade scenario that we had with Jonathan Mingo, we got a 4th-round pick for Jonathan Mingo to Dallas Cowboys. So we would definitely, at the very least, get a 5th-round pick for Jonathan Brooks to the Cowboys. By trade.
I'm just saying, like Sean McCreary here says, shout out to you. He said we're not in a position to pay 2 running backs with other position of need of depth. Like if you look at any one of these games and you say that you pick a position group and you look at their PFF grade, the running back is not the lowest grade on our team. So I don't know why there's like this fascination of upgrading that room or making it better than it has to be. Like we have bigger problems other places.
A lot more problems.
For me, I think ahead of every other position on this team, we need to figure the quarterback position out because Bryce the fuck ain't it. So like that's me. But like, you see what I'm saying?
Because of your
We've got so many other positions that we need, and we're going to have to get people, and we're going to have to, persuade free agents with all our cap money that we have next year to come in and try and help this team get better. So I mean, like paying 2 running backs is, honestly, like 7th or 8th on my to-do list. Because it's not top.
Well, I mean, I agree. It may not be the top priority, but unfortunately, Bryce is still under contract. Nobody's traded to come get him, and he probably will be your starter quarterback going into the.
Oh yeah, bro. Listen, if y'all love that or hate that, y'all got to swallow that pill now. Bryce is going to be the quarterback next year.
And add on to that,
he is. You might not like it. I might not like it, but he won't be.
And just to add on to that, if Bryce Young is our starter week 1, Dave Canales is going to have to change his playbook. He is going to have to want to run more. If he don't want to run more, bye-bye. Your job is gone. Because if you don't want to adapt, brother, if you don't want to adapt, you are going to be out the door down the road. and Bryce Young will be with them.
Yeah. All right, boys, we have come to 3 hours of the Friday Free For All. I'm going to get y'all's final opinions on this game, and we're going to get up out of here, man. We're going to call it a Friday. Hey, man, I want whatever your opinion y'all got about this game. I want to hear it. I appreciate y'all, man. It's been another awesome Friday evening. Let's run the gamut. First up, let's go, my man, Kyle. Back on the Free For All. Happy you were able to catch the end of the show, man. You know we love having you, dog. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me, man, who's your player of the game? Who's going to win? And what's the final score for the Panthers taking on the Rams in BOA?
Shit, bro. You ain't going to like it. But my player of the game is Matt Stafford because he going to throw 5 of them tutties on us. We'll get whipped.
Kyle, that boy's on my fantasy team. Why would I not like that?
Oh, you better be great.
It don't mean nothing this week. We gonna get whipped. It's gonna suck. I'm gonna hate being a Panthers fan and a bunch of people, but it is what it is. And I think we probably gonna lose that game. I want to say 38-17.
38-17. All right. It sucks because I have Matthew Stafford, but the guy that I'm going up against has Devontae Adams. So, yeah.
Hey, you should win that. You should still win that.
Yeah, I know, but
Matthew Stafford's gonna put up some yards, bro.
It's Kev too,
unless
bro.
we play.
Bring that up.
Bro, could you imagine if my Tigers beat the Gamecocks and I beat Kevin Fantasy?
That's a fantasy.
Clemson's not gonna beat South Carolina. I'm sorry.
All right, y'all say goodbye to Jake. I appreciate you for being on the show, brother. It's been absolutely wonderful.
I was just about to say something too, but I won't now.
Hey, CPG, give me your player of the game, your final score, and who's gonna get that W, bro?
Man, that's tough. If we somehow manage to pull it out of our ass, I'm giving everything to Rico. They need to run the ball. Rico's your best option to get in the end zone and keep Matthew Stafford off the field. But I think realistically we probably lose 38-10.
All right. 38-10. I feel like that's probably what everybody's going with. But I hear you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Let's go to Poppin'. Poppin', appreciate you, brother. Give me your final score, player of the game, and who gets the W.
Yeah, I think I don't have a record, a score prediction. I think the Rams gonna win by a landslide. Player of the game, J.C. Horn, because he took a PTO. Yeah, I think that was the smartest thing he did. And don't be surprised if somebody gets fired.
All right, man. Someone gets fired.
On our team?
I would be surprised.
I would be surprised too.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, on my team, on our team.
But hey, I'll tell you what though, if the Panthers beat the Rams, someone's for sure getting fired on the Rams.
Yeah.
How could
somebody.
Yeah, how the fuck could you
hey,
lose to the
Cody,
Panthers,
that's
bro?
another question that we should ask the panel. If we win that game, how many Bryce Reapers emojis are we gonna see across?
Oh, dude, that's gonna be everyone on fucking Twitter, bro. They'll be insufferable about it too, man. All right, let me go with my man Alex, A14 Panthers. Appreciate you, brother. Give me your player of the game, final score, and who comes away with the W this Sunday, bro.
Yeah, player of the game is going to be Matthew Stafford. I think he's going to have 4 touchdowns. I think the final score, I think it's going to be, 28-17. That's what I think.
2017. Shit, that's respectable. I feel like if we come away 28-17, that's not that much of a loss, you know?
I would be kind of even happy if that was to happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Damn.
I feel like that could be way worse.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, if 28-17, that's like a good scenario.
Vegas is going to keep. I mean, it's -10 the spread, so I
Ooh,
think this
Lord.
would be pretty interesting.
I mean, I'm honestly kind of surprised that it's not more, but yeah, no, that's a good one.
That's what
Christian,
killed the.
my guy, Sigma Panther, tell me your final score, player of the game, and who comes away with the W, bro.
Well, it's going to be the Rams. I think they're going to put a 40 burger on us. I think we would have had a better shot if we had we weren't crippled on defense right now. But yeah, I don't know. I think the best player on our team is probably going to be Rico Dowdle. I have a feeling though, I've been studying this defense, I have a feeling that they're going to unleash Uman Mielen a little bit in this game. I think they'd be smart to do so.
Okay.
So of course I could look way dumb after the game, but I don't know. I just have this feeling that they're going to unleash or try to unleash him a little bit to get to Stafford.
All right.
And then, yeah, I think it's going to be like 40-16.
Damn.
But here, I'll take the win if we fight hard. If we hit them in the mouth, if we show some heart, I'll take that as a win because it shows that they care. But if they give up after going down 2 scores, and I'm gonna be kind of upset.
Like I said after Alex gave his prediction, like as long as it doesn't look like what it did against the Patriots or the Bills, like I'm okay. Like I'm willing to lose in a similar fashion to how we did to the Saints and the 49ers. Like we didn't just get absolutely blown out. Like if we can do that, I'm cool. And by the way, it signals for next year too. Like that we're only a couple plays away from actually making something happen. So.
But Cody, this week on Monday, Bryce Young threw for 29 yards in the first half or some shit like that, or 24. Yeah, that's not a recipe for success.
I know, but I'm saying at least defensively, if we're able to stay in the game, what I'm saying is it signals for next year that there's something to build upon, that you can foresee either with another quarterback or something else that we would actually be able to be a competitor. So I don't think we're going to win. I'm just saying I would like it to be, if we can keep it to within 10 points, I would chalk that up to a W. Panther Pickle, appreciate you as always, brother. Give me your final score, player of the game, and who wins.
48-3.
The
Rams.
Shit.
Somebody definitely get fired if that shit happens.
The player of the game is the old man Matthew Stafford. He throws a bunch of touchdowns on ass.
All right. Again, my fantasy team fucking loves that shit.
Yeah, you beat Kevin on that.
Oh man, let that happen. All right, next up, last but never least, my man Jake the Snake. Appreciate you, bro. Give me your final score, player of the game. Who's going to win?
Real quick, I just want to say thank everybody that joined the panel and thank everybody in the comments.
Thank y'all, man.
It was a great show. We might not always agree, but it was still a great conversation. I think the Rams are going to win. Sadly, I think it's going to be 31-10. I don't think it's going to be close. I wish it would, but J.C. Horn being out and K. Mays at center being out, I think that's 2 very big players that's on the opposite sides of the field that we really need. That's not going to be there for us. Player of the game is going to be Matthew Stafford. I think he is going to, unless we do what I say that we need to do earlier in the stream, that we limit their offense being on the field. We play keep away. We got to run the ball. If we don't run the ball and keep time possession on our side, it's going to be a long game, man. It just is. But regardless of the outcome, it's always keep pounding y'all. Always going to be a Panther fan. We'll be here every week. Going to be on the show every week. Let's do it, y'all. Keep pounding. And, I do, regardless of how this season ends, I think we are truly heading in the right direction. We still have questions on certain positions, but I think Dan Morgan and Brand Tillis is going to help us head ultimately where we need to be.
I echo those sentiments, man. I think that we are trending in the right direction. I think the defense is way better than we thought it was going to be before the start of the season. Yeah, man, great stuff, Jake. I appreciate everybody for coming on the show. Hey, Pickle, you still with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out your content so people can go run up your pod.
Yeah, it's the Blue Black Attack podcast. It is available on YouTube, and we do a show on Twitter.
There it is, right there at the bottom of the bottom left of the screen.
Yeah, Blue Black Attack podcast. Y'all welcome to join in. We were going to do a Monday post game show, and we didn't. So we did a Tuesday one, and it turned out really well. And we appreciate you.
Good stuff.
Me,
good
Diesel,
stuff.
Skills, and Cole are the, I guess, with Jake and
the
D Money.
progenitors.
Yeah, Jake and D Money help out quite a bit.
Rock on, rock on. Y'all hit them up, like and subscribe. C3 Legion, we appreciate y'all. Thank you to everyone who came through the show today and made for an awesome discussion. If you made it with us through 3 hours, we appreciate y'all. Please help us out. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and also leave comments after the show and let us know what you thought about the discussion and just what you think in general. C3 Legion, you know we love y'all. We will be back after the game on Sunday for another edition of the C3 Post Game Show. My name is Cody Lashney. Until next time, keep pounding.
Keep pounding.